What's up, everybody? I hope everyone is having an amazing afternoon, evening, morning, whatever it is in your time zone. It is Wednesday, the 21st of May, 2025. This is NCC TV coming at you live from the steps of the Amani Airport. Oh no, so from Traverse Town. There we go. I gotta stick with the musically topical references here. We are live, or at least that's how it appears to me. Could be a brain in a jar somewhere. Don't know, don't care. Shouts out to all my weasels out there, all my forest creatures rocking out to the realest of the real, synthetic life form streamer. Wait, which is more orange, the juice or my hair? I think it's the juice, but just barely. Trapped in a cyber brain and body like some kind of ghost in a half shell in this late stage hyper-capitalist dystopia. Forced to exist in this twilight realm to pay off my debt to society and my student loans. I hope you're having a good day, whoever, whatever, wherever, whenever, and however you are. We're about to jump right into it here on twitch.tv, youtube.com, high risk, high reward, high on life, or whatever simulation, simulacrum, simultaneous, spontaneous singularity of consciousness this is, was, or will be sometime in the distant cyber future. How are we doing? You wanted to go to bed, but you're not tired? Hey, like, look, I didn't expect this content to come up either. And I was just having a conversation with Dat Katie this morning. We're gonna try to bring Katie on for a conversation later tonight. I know that I'm keeping Katie up potentially very late by starting so late. I figured out how Ethan is slowly consuming everyone's souls. Wait, is that like a Xehanort thing? Is Ethan Xehanort? Oh no, chat. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on with Ethan? But yeah, what is going on with Ethan? Well, it turns out that Noah's just been getting the guests, right? Yo, Noah's been getting the guests for his fundraiser. He's been getting all the guests, and he got a certain guest. Well, he's had a few guests that are controversial, but we don't have time to talk about all the controversies today. We're gonna have to focus in on one, and that controversial guest is none other than Rasheed Al-Haddad. Now, mind you, chat, his last name is Al-Haddad, and those of you in the know might know that this last name alone is enough to kind of put a damper on the allegations that he is a Houthi, right? That's the those are the charges against him, right? So yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. None of this makes a lot of sense, but they're still going after this guy after a year. Let me turn down the Otada. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. You're Ethan. You're his Heartless. Wait, what? Wait, I'm his Heartless. Wait, I thought I'd be like his Nobody, maybe. No, wait, because I don't have an X in my name. Do you have to have an X in your name to be a Nobody? FTW all day. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Let me read those out now. 2L8. I always read your name as 218, but I think it's actually 2L8. It says here, you just got weaseled. Jayster, you just got weaseled. Salmon, you just got weaseled. I am Jane Doe, you just got weaseled. And Bricks, you just got weaseled as well. And that's a good thing. But yeah, no, listen, I was actually planning on just having a nice conversation with my good friend, Katie, about the subject of something Bad Empanada brought up in one of his videos, something that he criticized Hassan for. Katie's got a very interesting and nuanced viewpoint that is critical both of Hassanabi and of Bad Empanada in terms of their discussion about Jewish exceptionalism and you know what role Hassan may or may not be playing. But it sounds like an interesting conversation, and Katie is somebody that I admire and respect, and has done some amazing work, right? We first came across Katie's content when she was debating Vosh, maybe 2 years ago or something like that. And I don't think I've ever seen anyone get the better of Vosh the way that Katie did. So I was pretty impressed. She's debated Destiny. I gotta make sure I pronounce things correctly when I'm talking about Destiny because of Destiny and his weird community. But she unfortunately had several interactions with Destiny that ended up with, just that community getting totally weird about her. And has kind of been doing her own thing ever since. So I hope to hear from her either tonight or soon. Again, I'm keeping her up way super late because I have to live in the land across the, well, I don't know, on the other side of the earth from her. And so, yeah, it's a little weird. You need an X to be an Organization 13 member because the Keyblade. Okay. That's the key, the Greek letter key, right? Wait, is it called Chi? Any Greek scholars, any Greek or Latin scholars in chat want to straighten me out as far as the pronunciation of the Greek letter that looks like an X and is usually transliterated CHI? I'm not sure, chat. This is outside of my wheelhouse. But yeah, we're going to try to get outside my wheelhouse a little bit tonight with a conversation with Katie. First, we got to go over what is going on with Ethan Klein and what is going on with Noah Samson. He's like, I don't even know. Chat, I assumed that Noah was just going to do like a weekend long, like streaming marathon is actually a lot, right? That's actually a lot in and of itself. But Noah's been going through the weekend and then into this week and, just kind of shows no sign of stopping. Been talking to all kinds of people. Some of those people have caused murmurs of discontent in several, sections of the internet, and none more than this guest that he has. This is the famous Timothy Chalamet, who is not actually a Houthi or a pirate, although he does like One Piece. So that was the closest we were able to get to relating to him to piracy or to anything like that, right? On Hassan's interview. He's getting everyone. Well, look, I'm not trying to force my way into any circle of friends necessarily. I know there's a bunch of people in that Noah circle, but yeah, if you need somebody, obviously I would be willing to help out, but I haven't been asked so far. So, we'll just wait for that and wish him well either way in his enterprise of raising. Did anybody got a count of what Noah is up to so far? I get that people are kind of tired, it's kind of sleepy, it's kind of late, but could really use your help tonight, chat, because this is one of those streams that I'm gonna have to do a little. I'm gonna have to be doing a little research as I'm going on. Oh, speaking of research, have I put up my yeah, the poll is up. Ethan's crew drag him over Seinfeld is now in first place, right? So, oh wait, and I gotta add FTW all day's donation. Let's see, goal is not 0 out of 100, it's 15 out of 100. I'm gonna try to move kind of fast, both because I'm starting late and, oh my God, $495,000. Noah is closing in on, and it sounds like we'll get up to $500,000. That is a lot of mangoes, chat. That is a lot of mangoes, right? More mangoes than I have. And I have a lot of mangoes here, chat. I'm ready to go. All right, but I don't want to stay up too late. I'm sure some of you do not want to stay up too late. And Katie, being in a completely different time zone, trying to be courteous and thoughtful for Katie as well. And again, chat, if we don't talk to Katie tonight, we'll have Katie on at some point. A little controversy, a little question came up in chat while we were watching the Bad Empanada versus Hassan debate, and I wanted to give Katie a chance to flesh out her ideas more so than she can do in chat. So we're gonna have a little conversation, and maybe you learn something. Hey, maybe I'll learn something, right? You could always go for some learning. The hot Houthi, yeah, the hot Houthi is on here, right? The hot Houthi is Yeah, that's the whole problem, though. If you know, like I said, his last name is Al Haddad. All right, this is not a typical name of a Houthi person. The place that Rasheed lives is not the area that the Houthis are from. Right? There's so much about this allegation that's wrong. Also, you know what? If he was a Houthi, so what? So what, right? But yeah, they're trying to get I mean, the H3 fans are the Fupa Troopas are on patrol. They are trying to get Noah banned. They are talking about like his career this should be career ending, right? And they don't get that they've talked about the more they talk about ending people's careers, Hassan Piker, hello? And do not succeed at ending those careers. In fact, only those careers only seem to go up and up and up. The more that happens, the less of a real threat this is going to be. Tyler made a point that Ethan honestly is the last person who should be popularizing legal suits because he's got money. Since he's so large, he could easily damage others. Wait, what? I'm not sure I understand that. Well, as much as I'd love to see Tyler and Noah's conversation, or CJ the X also talk to Noah, FD Signifier, there's a lot of cool conversations going on with Noah's fundraiser. We won't have time to go over them all, but I at least wanted to see, you know, what actually was said between Noah and Rasheed, and what, you know, what exactly the H3 community is going after here, right? Wait, he said that in the Samson interview? What, that he's not a Houthi? There's also an attempt to spread disinformation going on. I've seen a tweet go around purporting to be an interview with Rasheed that took place after his conversation with Noah, which purports to, you know, show him answering yes to the question, "Are you a Houthi?" And turns out that the account in question that's spreading this stuff might be a little bit of a Nazi. This is an account, chat, mind you, that Ethan has promoted now on his IG. So as much as Ethan wants to talk about Hassan promoted Bad Empanada, or, you know, whatever, right? We got like Cavernacle went over this there also. Yeah, Cavernacle was on there too. Cavernacle had a conversation with Noah. Well, anyway, if he needs more people, I am game. I am not trying to impose myself on anyone. I recognize that I'm a random small streamer chick, and as such, you know, kind of a niche thing, kind of a acquired taste, right? And you know, look, we'll give people a chance to acquire that taste rather than trying to force me down anyone's throat. Oh my God, chat, did I have to say it that way? Yeah, maybe I did. Today I feel like I need lipstick. I don't know. I was vibing with the all natural look yesterday and the day before, but at this point, I don't know what it is. For some reason, my lips look extra light. Do I need different lipstick, do you think, with the different hair? Wait, so I was trying to get, anyway. Let's kind of like expedite this a little bit if we can. All right, so these are the options on the menu for tonight. If you want some bonus content, if you're up for that as well, if you are one of the late night viewers that want to see me stay on a little bit later, or maybe a little bit earlier, or maybe, I don't know, we're dealing with all kinds of timelines, all kinds of time zones around here. Darker lipstick with lighter hair. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because otherwise your lips just disappear. And we don't want that. We don't want my lips disappearing. Then I might have difficulty talking. Lip gloss would look better? Really? metallic kind? Metallic? Tell me more about this metallic lip adornment. The one with Yeet and the other slop dude who were trying to get him to admit, is that did he actually get baited into coming on with Yeet? God. Like the struggles of being a young Yemeni TikToker, right? Of just like, you know, usually when somebody tries to bring you on and interview you, it's a good thing as a content creator. But in this case, obviously the Destiny, the DGG fandom does not have any kind of good intentions for this kid. You want to stick in the warm realm? The red you have looks cooler and blue toned? Really? Interesting. Let me verify I saw the post recently. We'll try to go over this. So yeah, so let me just really quickly go over the bonus content that we've got for today, right? Let's see in fact what's winning. Pop the chat out. Oh yeah, and get the the struggles of being a young Yemeni in general. Yeah, considering you grew up during a freaking genocide, I would say there's some struggles there. All right, let's add this. Boom. So yeah, what are we dealing with right now? Okay. Let's go in order. So the first story we've got for today for potential bonus content is Ethan's crew calling him out over Seinfeld. Right? Ethan, in today's stream, which, you know, pretty much not a lot about Hassan, they are trying to force the meme that Hassan has tiny feet, which, and sounds like a woman when he walks. I don't understand it. It's weird shit. It's weird shit, chat. They're talking about Hassan's feet and calling him feminine for having, I mean, they're saying small feet. The real deal is he wore baggy pants. And if you wear baggy pants, your feet look small in comparison. I don't think he actually has small feet. It doesn't really matter. I don't care. But they do. They care a lot about that, right? So yeah, Ethan's crew today was dragging him over some comments that he made about Seinfeld. I can't remember, chat. How did he get on the glaze of Seinfeld? You know the discourse that's, oh God, it's Tim and Eric's sketch, Petite Feet, Feminine Steps. I would watch that, chat. I would take a look at that with you, except for the fact that it's Tim and Eric, and it'll probably get me copyright struck. But yeah, that's the reference, apparently. So yeah, okay, anyway, somehow Ethan got drawn into the discourse about Larry David and Seinfeld. You know this discourse, right? Most people credit Larry David with the comedic genius to the extent that you believe that Seinfeld was comedic genius to the extent that you like the show. A lot of people credit writer Larry David with that. If you don't know, Larry David modeled George Costanza after himself. Jerry Seinfeld, I think, is his real life friend. So he kind of is George, like, right? George writes the show, I guess. And, but anyway, Larry David went on to star in his very own Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's a really strange show. I mean, it's comedy. It feels like slice of life. It's very much, you know, set in Larry David's real life with Larry David as the main character, but it's also scripted. It's also scripted. It includes some of his real life friends. It's weirdly, you know what I mean? It's a weird mix up of real life and writing and humor, right? It's a strange thing. But yeah, because Curb Your Enthusiasm was so successful, so many people, you know, think it's hilarious, and Seinfeld still, you know, sort of gets mixed reviews. People credit Larry David with, you know, the good part of Seinfeld, right? Ethan apparently is on the other side of this Discord. Dude was glazing up Jerry. Dude is apparently a Jerry fan. And he had to be reminded that Jerry Seinfeld has some very young skeletons in his closet, right? That we don't usually talk about. You don't usually hear about this, right? But while he was a big star, while he was a big sitcom star, Jerry Seinfeld was picking his fucking date up at high school, right? Dude dated a 17-year-old. And so the crew had to remind him of that. So yeah, it's a little interesting moment between. And if we choose that, we'll go over some more things from the stream today, right? That's at 53% right now. 32 of you have voted. Oh joy, we have 32 votes. Chat, make sure to vote if you have not already. Even though it's very late and you're very sleepy, you can still vote. You can still determine the fate of the stream. You can still determine what kind of bonus content we get. Part of that determination is what you vote for. So yeah, the first topic is Ethan Klein's crew drags him over Seinfeld, right? Second topic, LGBT slang in Thailand. You want to know how, you know, like what some gay words are in Thai? I'll tell you. There's a video about that, right? We'll watch that. We'll react to that together. If that gets picked, that's in second place at 25%. Third place is Slop Tubers deny Hassan's detention. Yeah, this is the Dan Saltman thing. Although I've been told that a few other people have kind of glommed onto this as well. Maybe Asmongold and Nux Taku, I knew for sure. I don't know, chat. This may be the last time I have this up as a topic, as it is kind of, I don't know, it's not very popular. It's not as popular as I thought it would be. I thought people would be interested in this topic. Apparently not so much. And speaking of topics that I thought people would be interested in that they're not, Cavernacle's video about the Butlerian Jihad from Dune and AI. Yeah, this is a moment in Dune that's kind of like in the background of the story of Dune, in the prehistory of Dune, if you will, about how they dealt with their own thinking machines. Right? Serena Butler. H3 lost another 10K after the most recent stream. What do you think happened on the stream, Jana? I don't think they really talked about, I don't think the only thing they talked about was Hassan's feet. Seinfeld laughing like a goddamn maniac at the protesters was my made of nightmares. Damn. Wait, did I see that one? What's the deal with airline food? Hack comedy is literally said in the Jerry Seinfeld voice. Well, yeah, like half of the joke was like, half of the jokes at Seinfeld were making fun of Jerry Seinfeld, the character, like Jerry as the stand-up comedian, the self-absorbed, very formulaic stand-up comedian. Like a lot, I feel like a lot of the humor was actually at Jerry's expense. Ethan being contrarian. Newsflash. The Butlerian Jihad does have the worst book based of it. Wait, is there really a book? Oh, you're right. You're right, Davy. Wait, no, I don't think that was, that wasn't Frank Herbert, though. Was that his son? Who wrote the book about Serena Butler? I don't think that was Frank Herbert. I think that was one of, yeah, if you don't know Dune, Frank Herbert, the author of Dune, wrote Dune, Dune Messiah, Children of Dune, God Emperor of Dune, Dune Chapter House, and then at some point died. And some of the later books in the Dune series are actually written by, I think, the son of Frank Herbert and another author, Brian Herbert. Thank you. Yeah. Similar to Curb, none of the characters were meant to be good people. Seinfeld? Queen Bay says they could have lost like 10 viewers from stream. YouTube only updates. Oh, I see what you're saying. So Queen Bee is pointing out that at the size level of H3, which is over, like the H, are we talking about H3 podcast, chat? We are talking about H3 podcast, right? There's two channels. One is H3 Productions. The other is H3 podcast. The one that he streams on, obviously, is the podcast. And Queen Bee is pointing out, rightly so, that you don't get a granular tabulation of the views going up and down looking at somebody's views on YouTube, right? what you see for Ethan is like, I don't know what he's at right now, but let's say it's, let's say that he's at 3,500,000 and, 14,000, right? Then it would read 3.51, right? I think that's how it works. And only when Ethan sinks to 3,500,000 and 500 and only when he sinks below 3,500,000, I'm trying to say this right. Only when he sinks under 305,010,000 does that 3.51 change to a 3.50. So that is correct. That is how YouTube works. It tracks your subs, but only accurately when you're a very small channel. It'll track them every single sub. The larger your channel gets, the more it's like kind of, okay, we'll tell you when you increase, when you reach the next digit level. Ethan would have way less viewers if Hassan just started ignoring him again. Ethan gets a huge boost from the drama. I know what you're saying, Queen Bee. He does get a boost. I'm not sure how permanent it is, though, right? So Ethan's boost, a lot of what Ethan's boost is more like hate viewers, right? Both hate viewers of him, right? Because, like I said on the Hassan versus Ethan debate, you had, look, let's say this, right? Let's say that you're a Hassan fan, all right? You're a Hassan fan, and where do you watch Hassan's videos? You watch him on the Hasanabi Industrial Complex, right? If you are not a Twitch viewer and you are a fan of Hassan, that is your life. That is reality. That is how you do, okay? And that means that those people that don't have a Twitch account and they want to watch the video, they're going to get recommended the video, right? But they're going to get recommended Ethan's stream for the video. So, right, some of the viewers are Hasanabi heads. Some of the viewers are Hasanabi haters, right? You got a whole industry out there of just, dredging up hate against Hassan. And, it's a confluence of, it's mainly DGG, but there are other components to it too. The commentary community plays a pretty big role in that. So yeah, the combination of the hate viewers, as in the people that are Hasanabi fans and they're watching for Hassan, and the Hasanabi haters, has gotten Ethan, at the time that he did the debate against Hassan, he got almost as many viewers live as Hassan did. That's pretty rare in modern times. Like back in the day, he got a lot more viewers, right? But his views crashed shortly after October 7th, and especially after the cancellation of Leftovers, right? He lost a lot of viewers after that. But yeah, good, interesting point, Queen Bee. Interesting point. I have thought the same thing myself, right? That there's a danger in engaging with Ethan or continuing to engage with Ethan, that like, look, this guy on his own, right? If he's just doing H3 content, right? If he's just doing goofs and gaffs and dressing up like Lord of the Rings characters, right? Dude is not cracking 20K, which that's a lot of viewers, right? That's a lot more viewers than I have. That's a lot more viewers than most people have. But for Ethan, that is a sad number. That is a very low number. He's on the, he's approaching the nadir of his career. Very far away from his halcyon days. They lose subs. That boosts makes subs realize how incredibly hateful he is, and they are turned off. Yeah, well, a lot of people that sub to Ethan sub for goofs and gaffs, right? And maybe some drama with Trish. But this thing with Hassan, and especially, it's probably going on too long for a lot of people. Hassan gets shit when he covers Ethan, even if he's covering a video that's using Ethan as a jumping off point. Even if it's really about Gaza, but it's using Ethan to kind of attract. It's starting off with like a clip from Ethan, right? and then the YouTuber explains what's wrong about what he says, and then goes over maybe some history or maybe some news, or talks about the reality of the situation, right? So even when he's doing something like that, it's not drama, right? It's about Gaza. It's about the issues. Hassan is getting some shit from his audience, or a certain portion of the audience that is just sick of this Ethan guy. Ethan's streams are so boring when he's covering James Charles, right? How many, Queen Bee, how many viewers did he have today? I didn't even see. But he has been, he went way up to 100,000, which is crazy. It's crazy for him, right? When he debated Hassan, when he reacted to the iDubbbz content cop, he was at 50,000 views. That's, twice as high as he normally is. But yeah, when he goes back to doing his normal content, it's kind of like sugar in the gas tank in a way. I don't know if this is helping Ethan long term or if this is hurting Ethan long term. H3 losing subs still restores a little bit of faith in humanity. Nice. I feel like a lot of people who give Hassan shit for covering Ethan are just trying to skew the... Wait, you think these are like haters or ops or something? They're trying to skew the narrative? You think it's like a hostile action? I'm not sure. I guess I have no way of knowing, right? I'm sure there are some people that are legitimately either bored with the Ethan content, or just not what they tuned in for, or they want to watch something else, right? There are news events going on. That's what they're tuning in to Hasanabi for. And instead they happen to click on right when he's talking about Ethan. And so they complain over that. There was a guy who commented right when Hassan replied to something about Ethan. He had been streaming for like 5 hours, but as soon as Ethan came up, the chatter was like, oh my God, do you ever stop? Yeah, I saw that. I saw that play something. I felt bad for him. Two Witherword says, I don't see how someone like Ethan doesn't realize the drama viewers are not a sustainable resource. I thought most people learned that back years ago. True, yeah. No, I mean, like, especially when it's not just drama viewers, right? Look, okay, so like I said, the viewers, the extra viewers that Ethan gets are of two types, right? Two varieties. One, Hasanabi heads that can't figure out Twitch, or they don't like Twitch, or they don't have a Twitch account. It's easier for them to click on YouTube, right? That's one kind of viewer that he gets. The other kind of viewer is a Hasanabi hater. And those Hasanabi haters are fans of people like Destiny. They are fans of people like, I almost said Nick Fuentes, Nicholas Diorio. They're fans of Willie Mack. They're not going to become Ethan Klein fans, because in the eyes of people like this, and you heard Asmongold say this himself, Asmongold is a great example of the Ethan Klein drama viewer, right? What was Asmongold's comment about Ethan? Well, I like that he's shitting on Hassan, but god damn it, could he have a little less Tourette's, right? Based on Ethan's tics, Asmongold thinks he's cringe and thinks it's a bad look for his side of things. Like, right, like, you really need to know, like, there's some things you shouldn't show on stream, as if Ethan could just be like, oh, okay, shit, I won't show my tics anymore. Let me like not. So yeah, he's kind of getting his face eaten by leopards here, right? These people are not going to become, oh my God, no, kill it, chat, kill it. It's Disney. It's Disney's trademark. We got to get rid of it. We got to get out of it. That one's actually poisonous. There we go. That's better. Sorry, I had to change the music. I mean, just done. There is so much scarier Hasbro coming from John Fetterman. John Fetterman is scary as fuck when he says kill them all. Yeah, and he maintains, no, I meant the terrorists. I meant Hamas. But like the way they talk about Hamas, it gives me the feeling a lot of times that they are talking about Palestinians in general, right? That's a code word at this point. You heard about the shooting in DC tonight of Israeli diplomats? I did. And I do not know much more about it, Queen Bee. I usually don't cover breaking news for the reason that when it breaks, it's not super reliable. And if I start reporting on it right away, I will likely get the story wrong. But yeah, that did happen. That did happen in DC tonight. Anyway, the other thing that's possibly going to happen for us tonight is bonus content, right? This is the content that you don't get. You're not given bonus content. You have to earn it, right? And how do you earn it? By making this number go up. When does this number go up? It goes up every time somebody does what FTW all day did, for instance, and gifts memberships, right? You gift memberships if you do a super chat, you do a super sticker, or if you get yourself a membership, right? Any of that stuff on YouTube will make this number go up, right? The other thing that makes the number go up is when you sign up for my Patreon, nocommentchick, or patreon.com/nocommentchick, or you support me on Throne. Right now, I am crowdfunding a little educational project for myself. That project is Project Learn Thai, because I am in a country that I do not speak the language in. And it is a very complicated language. Do I have anything in Thai right here? Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I don't know if I've ever... Anyway, chat. You can kind of see, what, well, I mean, this is backwards too, right? But yeah, totally new alphabet and really interesting way of the language working. Like, for instance, this right here is a consonant, and then next to it is a vowel, right? So some of the vowels are, just like, in English, you put a consonant and a vowel, but some of the vowels, you will appear above the consonants, right? Some of the vowels will appear on the other side of the consonant, right? The vowels appear, kind of wherever. So yeah, it's difficult to learn. If you want to help me out in learning that and in staying in Thailand, and most importantly, staying the fuck out of the United States at this time, you can support me over on throne.com/nocommentchick. I have got a Thai Visa fund over there right now that if you contribute to, it will get spent on procuring classes for myself. I'm going to take a year that is 180 hours of Thai language to try to expand my skills. I'm already at the point where I can like sound out words. I've got a limited vocabulary. I can count to, I don't know, 100 or so now, and I'm starting to be able to read the letters and stuff. So if you want to help me expand my skills on that, you can do that. The other way to make this number go up is when you support me on Twitch, which I appreciate greatly, because that's the only way that I get paid at all for streaming on Twitch, right? I stream on Twitch with usually with a restreaming service, which costs me money every month. So to make that worth it, I'm really thankful for all the people that support me on Twitch. They can support me for free, even if you've got Twitch Prime. You can support me on Twitch at no cost to yourself just by signing up for a sub using Twitch Prime. It costs you nothing, and it puts a little bit of money in my pocket. And most importantly, it gives you emotes. If you want those Twitch emotes, you can get them for free with a Twitch Prime sub. You can also support me by getting yourself a sub or by gifting subs to other people. All of those things work. All of those things make this number go up. And all of the things that I described before, from the super chats to the super stickers to the gifted memberships and the memberships and everything, right? Allows you to, if you want to, let me know in the chat which of these topics, right? Which of these topics right here you want to see as your bonus content, right? And you see how all these things have little zeros next to them, right? Those zeros become numbers when you donate, and you let me know which of these topics you want to see as bonus content. I will do something called putting your money where your mouth is, turning your donation into a percentage to add to the topic of your choice. And at the end of the night, if we hit 100, I add that to the poll, right? So right now, Ethan's crew drag him over Seinfeld is at 63%. Right, LGBT slang at 20%, but you can modify those numbers when you donate. You can put your thumb just a little bit on the scale. You can also put your thumb the opposite on the scale when you say Vox Populi, because what you say when you say Vox Populi is you're saying I'm with the voters. My heart is with the voters, and whatever the voters choose, that is what I want. So if you want to emphasize the vote at the expense of the donos, say Vox Populi. If you want to emphasize the donos at the expense of the vote, then you tell me one of these topics when you donate, and that is how Oh yeah, there's also a video game stream that, you know, when this gets to 100, hypothetically, I play a video game, which sounds great. Sounds amazing. But anyway, so yeah, that's where we're at right now. We're at 15% out of 100. We've also got another goal that is for putting a butterfly in my hair. If you would like to see the butterfly return to its home in my hair, then a super chat is actually the way to do that, right? We got a tabulator for super chats. Right now it's at 0 out of 10. So with 2 hours left, 1 hour and 56 minutes left to get this goal, it's not looking good so far. But yeah, when you do super chat, if it's a teal or above super chat, it counts as 1 out of 10. If we get 10 of those, I put a butterfly in my hair. So if you care about butterflies, if you like my hair, you can super chat for that stuff. With that being said, chat, we will now move to the topic of the stream. That is Ethan Klein and his... What is that? Oh my god, it sounded like a Final Fantasy for a second. The music just freaked me out a little bit. All right, so here we go. Yeah, I had to do some digging for this chat, but I was able to find Noah's stream where he talks to Rasheed. And here it is. And before we get into this, wait, here we go. Before we get into this, let me set this up. I think I should be there, and then... Where's the button? What am I looking for? I don't actually know. Let's try that. And then... There it is. All right, so before we get into this, let's take a little look at Twitter. Let's see what's popping on Twitter. So, yeah, this came to my attention, I think, through this tweet right here. Now, yesterday we did cover a little matter of Ethan sounding like he was maybe going after the funds that were raised for charity, right? I wouldn't blame you after hearing what Ethan said for thinking that's what he was, and that's what he had his eye on. But when I went over the tape a little bit more, it sounded more like what he was talking about is that he's glad that Noah is flexing, showing that he can raise funds because he wants Noah to be able to raise funds because he is planning on suing Noah. That's, you know, his story, right? You know, the time limit is up, right? You know, Ethan like gave Noah a certain number of days to retract. Noah has not retracted. Ethan said, you know, he would sue after that. He has not sued yet, but he's still talking about suing. And he says that he's glad that Noah and Denims and the rest of these people are able to fundraise because it shows him that when he does sue them, not if, but when, that there will be money left in their bank accounts for him to take. So that's really what he was saying. It's pretty fucked up and you know, pretty crashy, right? But it's not quite what people took it as. It's not quite what it sounds like. He was... Like, I mean, I hate to sound like I'm defending Ethan here, right? But, you know, he wasn't literally saying he's going to go after the, you know, funds that Noah had raised for Palestine, right? It did sound like that. And indeed, going after somebody when they're doing a fundraiser is probably not the best idea. It's probably not the best idea. You know, it's a recipe for having people think that, yeah, you are, you know, he's definitely... So what I said yesterday kind of was that maybe the hostility that some people were interpreting towards the fundraiser from Ethan was maybe being over exaggerated. I think that analysis has changed after today, chat, because he is actually going after the fundraiser now. He has Instagram storied about Noah having Rasheed on as a guest. So yeah, and here's what's going on his subreddit, right? They have screen capped Noah giving the heart hands, ostensibly to Rasheed. Rasheed sitting there with a ceremonial knife. This is a common, thing in Yemen. It's not for stabbing people or anything like that. It's literally just like it's a ceremonial knife, right? It's a very common thing in Yemen, right? Noah did a heart sign when asked if he supports what the Houthis are doing. This is insane. Holy shit, we are living in bizarre world. For real, for real. Girly Pop Nation is losing its shit, chat. Girly Pop Nation is losing its shit over Noah's heart hands to Rasheed. All right? Just report it. Oh no, they're reporting the stream. Can you see this? Is this showing up? Yeah, you can barely see this, right? Just reported the stream for promoting terrorism. Jesus Christ, people. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Dude just looks evil. What the fuck? Oh, what? He looks evil? Yeah, no, he's... What? The knife around his neck. Like, what the fuck? Oh, come on. Jesus Christ, guys. He looks evil. He looks evil, apparently. Okay. What else do we got here? What the fuck? He even has his murder weapon on. Who do these people think that Yemeni teen TikTokers are going around in Yemen murdering? Who do they think is getting fucking murdered? What is this? Yeah, fuck this timeline indeed, bro. Jesus Christ. So anyway, Hassan responds, liberal Zionism has made this girly pop community turn into Gamergate-style Islamophobes who think every Muslim dude is a terrorist ready to censor your throat at a moment's notice. No one will ever stop to consider how insanely racist this is. Least of all Ethan. Least of all Ethan. So anyway, there is Hassan's quote. Now, I think this ended up in a... Instagram story by Ethan. All right, let's see if we can see this. So yeah, there's not really any commentary here. Ethan, this is an Ethan. It's a little cut off here, but trust me, at the top of this it says H3H3 Productions. This is Ethan's Instagram account. This is Ethan's Instagram story, part 1. And he's showing, he's retweeting, or he's screen capping Hassan's tweet, right? So second part to his Instagram story, later that day, part 2, right? And we got some accounts that, if you've been following this whole thing, if you've been following all of the bullshit of DGG, you might recognize this flaccid whatever person over here, right? But yeah, I invited everyone to broadcast quickly, also translated, right? So my understanding of this is that this is possible defamation by way of mistranslation, right? I don't know. I don't know whether to straight up call it defamation, because, with a mistranslation, it's hard to tell how intentional that is, but it is seemingly misrepresentative of what Luffy here is actually saying.
What? Yemeni?
Yeah, I know you're Yemeni, but are you a member of the Houthis or? have the thing ask it again.
هل أنت جزء من الحوثيين؟
So he's using Google Translate to ask him questions.
الحوثيين يمنيين.
You're Houthi and Yemeni.
الحوثي يمني.
All right. All right, everyone. I hope you were recording that.
هل
So there we go. That's what's passing for evidence. That's what Ethan Klein has in his Instagram story, right? Now, when we look at this account, we start to see some weird stuff. And like I said, some of you probably recognize this account from other things. Oh my God. I don't know if you can even see this. Oh. This is badly positioned, chat. This is badly positioned. Okay. Let's try to shrink this window. So yeah, this is the account. Meme Murph, aka Flaccid Turkey Sausage. This is Dazbolla's admin. I don't know what they mean by Dazbolla exactly. Is this the Dazbolla it's so Destiny's community in the past has called itself the Taliban. I guess the D for Destiny and then Taliban. So the Destiny Taliban is the idea. And then Dazbolla, like D Hezbollah, I guess is supposed to be the reference there. But they're saying that this account is an admin there, right? The super chats that went through said he would donate himself. Wait, what is that? Let me catch back up with chat because I've been going over Twitter and I sometimes lose chat when that happens. Super chats that went through said he would donate himself. Wait, what? Am I missing something? Oh yeah, it's a conversation in chat. Even if Noah made money from the super chats for streaming nonstop for 5 days, he raised $500,000 by himself. He deserves some compensation. Okay, so I guess there's a conversation in chat about the question of Noah receiving super chats while the fundraiser was up. Never shop in another Urban Outfitters as long as they have Teddy Fresh in their stores. Really? God, Urban Outfitters is really fallen off. Are you aware Noah has made over 75 in super chats, and those don't go to charity? Queen Bee, what is my reaction supposed to be? Am I supposed to say that Noah Samson should come on in priestly robes? He should eat nothing while he's streaming and essentially exemplify some kind of an ascetic lifestyle? Because that's the only person that can raise money from Palestinians, a person that experiences no pleasure, a person that has no enjoyment in life. You should maybe be in sackcloth. Should Noah be in sackcloth? Should Noah be throwing ashes all over himself? Do we need some kind of a, should he be self-flagellating? I'm not sure I understand, right? Anyway, let's take a look. So this is what's going on Ethan's Instagram. Admin's alt account. Okay, so I don't know. This is like this. These are chat. We're looking at receipts here. You know how receipts go when somebody's like, "Let me show you that. Like this is that account," and look, it's the Dazbolla admin. They've got an admin on their. I'm in the way of the admin, right? Let me move out of the way. Yeah, so it's got an admin, a check mark, and it says admin. I guess I don't know what this is supposed to show. Exactly. I have seen this account around, and I can confirm, it's a Destiny associated account. As far as it being the admin of the Daliban, I guess we'll have to take the poster's word for it. This is disinfo tracker here. Been pretty reliable from what I've seen so far. I haven't seen disinformation tracker post any disinformation, but yeah, again, you do your own research. Don't take my word for it. Don't take their word for it. The admin's alt account is making a post. So they're claiming that this is the alt account of this flaccid turkey sausage. I can neither confirm nor deny. This is what I mean by receipts. It's like, but anyway, they've posted something really racist that says the N-words for Palestine. Pompous blacktivists think that if they throw out a bunch of bullshit questions and claim really fast in an aggressive tone of voice that the content of those claims doesn't matter, this is how you end up getting to the point of walking back. Israel is dropping. Oh my God, what the fuck is this? Okay, anyway, the meme kind of speaks for itself as far as being racist. So yeah, this account, Gearson Gear or whatever, looks pretty racist. Wait, oh no. I missed it. Oh my God, chat, I had little faith. Look at that, right above me. Backup account, Gearson Gear, right? So they have successfully linked. I'm sorry, I missed that at first. I was like, I don't know what this is supposed to show me. No, I get it now. Like, look, backup is Gearson Gear. That is this account. This account is posting a meme that says the N-words for Palestine, right? That's a post by the backup for flaccid turkey sausage. So this is what Ethan is retweeting. See this? Ethan is retweeting this person's Twitter space, and this is apparently who this person is. They got their their account for adminning apparently for the Dazbala brigade or whatever they want to call that cringe DGG shit. And then they've got this. This is what they really think, right? This is their quote unquote backup account. This is their alt account, right? Posting. Oh my God, chat! I don't even want to go there. I could feel the racist fumes emanating from that picture. I am not brave enough to put that on stream. So anyway. That's what Ethan is apparently retweeting here. What is this, Romansky? Ethan is so bigoted and hateful that he posted a Nazi troll to his story to prove that Rasheed is a Houthi. The Nazi misunderstood Rasheed. He wasn't speaking English but Arabic. Rasheed just said Houthis are Yemeni. Did you hear this right? Let's go back to this.
Yemeni, but yeah, I know you're Yemeni, but are you a member of the Houthis? I'll have the thing. Ask it again.
هل أنت جزء من الحوثيين؟
So it's just he misunderstands what Rasheed said. He wasn't speaking English. Actual translation: the Houthis are Yemeni. Rasheed did not say he is a Houthi and Yemeni. So not only is this disinformation that's being spread, right, by way of mistranslation, I don't know if it's a purposeful mistranslation or just a negligent mistranslation, right? But it's not what Rasheed said here. And it is from this account that yeah, seems to be posting some, racist shit on its alt.
الحوثيين يمنيين.
You're Houthi and Yemeni.
الحوثي يمني.
And Ethan Klein just said, got him. Got him.
All right, everyone. I hope you were recording. Yeah, I know you're Yemeni, but are you a?
Okay, we can't linger too long in this, but you can see the full, right. This is what I was showing you earlier. The part that's redacted here is the N-word, right? It says the N-words for Palestine on the alt account of this flaccid turkey sausage person. Ethan got this video from his subreddit. It was posted by a Destiny fan who is part of the Taliban. God, this stuff is so cringe. Can you imagine trying to explain this shit to like somebody that's not terminally online? Like, oh yeah, so we got the Taliban and we got the Dazbala. Turkey sausage guy apparently did more journalism than Hassan. They're glazing up this Nazi on Ethan's subreddit. Wow. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. That's what's going on. And it's all a reaction to this. There's one more video that I'm trying to decide whether I want to watch this. Yeah, we'll watch this first. All right. We got a Hassan video here. If I can find it. I think it's on Hassanabi Productions. I can't type. There it is. Here we go.
They are horrible monsters for doing this. And one day they will look back at their actions that they engaged in at this very moment in deep shame. And they will lie. They will lie about what they did. Friend of the show, Noah Sam.
Violet says, Ethan keeps relying on weird interviews that were done via auto translation when auto translation eliminates most of the nuance. Oh God, I'm finding this out the hard way, Violet. Moving to another country, right? So like I said before, Thai and English are very, very different language. For that reason, although there are, Thai people who speak English here, and there are English people who speak Thai here, there's a lot more speakers that don't have like a deep and nuanced understanding of the other language, right? And so even trying to communicate like on something like a contract that I'm signing, saying that because of some of the grammatical mistakes in it in English, that I would love to have those, like, I would love to fix the translation before I sign, even though I recognize that it's the Thai translation that is, going to be what a court would refer to. I come off as sounding like I am criticizing dudes' grammar, right? Like the nuance of saying that I like my hair color. Here's another example, chat. When I got my hair done, after the hair was dyed and styled and dried, and they show you your hair, and they're like, do you like it? Is this the color that you wanted? I was trying to express that I do like it. I like it a lot. It's a beautiful color, but it's surprising, right? That's what I was trying to say. I'm surprised. This isn't quite what I asked for, but it's a beautiful color. You did an awesome job, and I'm very happy with the results. And I came off sounding like I was dissatisfied, right? Because that kind of nuance is not something that the woman at the salon that spoke a little bit of English, it was not something that she could discern from what I said, right? So, when you have these kind of, translations, yeah, a lot of times you lose nuance. A lot of times you lose nuance. So yeah, I know, I completely understand, and going through Google Translate, you should know, famously inaccurate. You see, yeah, exactly, Estella. He said the Houthis are Yemeni, not Houthi and Yemeni. Yeah. No, then they tried to, and I don't know if they did that I don't know if they did that maliciously. There's every chance they did. I mean, these people are scumbags. We literally saw the racist post that guy made, right? So, there's a chance that he did it maliciously. There is a chance that he did it negligently. But either way, that was a disgusting misrepresentation of what Rasheed actually said. So
Samson interviewed other friend of the show, Rasheed Al-Haddad, cleverly dubbed as Timothy Chalamet. And of course,
do they know the difference between Shia and Sunni? No, and they don't care. Look, this is what I'm saying. If Ethan finds something that supports his argument, he clips it and he ships it. He literally does not care. Doing more research could only take away something that he finds to be a useful tool for his narrative. So he's got no interest in finding out that the Houthis are in fact a Shia faction, and that that the background of the person in question, Rasheed, suggests that he is not Shia but rather Sunni. So calling him a Houthi doesn't really make sense. Rachel says it's both negligent and malicious. Does Dan Saltman follow these losers? I don't know. Play something. I feel gross even looking at this stuff, right? The less I can see of this, maybe the better.
I wanted to point to this really quickly because this is like we are so back on the post 9/11 Obama era Islamophobia. We are so in the post 9/11 Obama era Islamophobia, where basically the pirate Houthi is on Noah's stream. Noah did a heart sign when asked if he supports what the Houthis are doing. This is insane. Holy, we're living in a bizarre world. For real, for real. How is this career ending? Just reported the stream for promoting terrorism. I'm disgusted.
It's far away. In Yemen, between his hometown and Sa'da, the place of the Houthi, is the town of the Houthi is like 15 hours to 12 hours. So it's really far.
Mickey Makes Mixtape says it's a specific type of Shia too. So even just being Shia, yeah, like I was saying, even his last name should indicate, that he's not he's not a member of the Houthis.
This is what I was trying to clarify, because everyone is saying he's Houthi. He's not Houthi. He's much closer to Sana'a than to Sada, the Houthi area.
Okay, yeah.
The Houthi now are the government in Sana'a. But what I'm saying is Houthi soldiers are only from the Houthi family or in Sada, the area the Houthi stay. The area for the providence of Houthis.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's good to ask because it's like one more piece of evidence to show people that keep saying that he's from Ib. Doesn't make any sense.
He's from Ib. It's really far. Yeah. This is what I'm trying to make everyone understand.
Dude just looks like evil. What? There's a knife around his neck. Like what? Yeah, that's a ceremonial blade for Yemeni people, for the record. For those of you who don't know, Lemma, what even has his murder weapon on him? This timeline, bro. Yeah, the Jambia, which I asked him about when we had a conversation as well. It's actually
a giant ostracod says even the translator for Noah didn't catch some of the specific words because he said their dialect was different. Okay, so even the translator is a little bit on a back foot as far as being able to provide a 100% accurate and nuanced translation.
Actually, so insane. I can't believe this is so widely accepted and considered okay. Had genuinely thought we'd left this war on terror in the rearview mirror, or at least made it broadly uncool. I have a feeling this is Europe's fault. Yeah.
This is Europe's fault?
Jambia. Literally everyone in Yemen has a fucking Jambia.
Wait, what's the Europe part?
Like it's not even a stabbing dagger, it's a cultural.
Like, yeah, Europe is, pretty racist, but so is the US? I don't get it. Where's the European? It's Europe's fault?
In the rearview mirror, or at least made it broadly uncool. I have a feeling this is Europe's fault. Yeah, this is it. Jambia.
That Islamophobia kind of came back through Europe and all the moral panic around, the Syrian refugee crisis, and then it hasn't really let up since. That's what we're saying.
Literally everyone in Yemen has a fucking Jambia. Like it's not even a stabbing dagger, it's a cultural one. But
Estella says that's like an accessory to their traditional outfit. Yeah, it's like chat. Okay, I hope this isn't stepping out of line to make this comparison, but if you're aware of the traditional Scottish outfit, right? There's a kilt. Everybody knows about the kilt. There's a knife. I don't remember. Like, isn't there there's like a knife on the kilt, right? Isn't there? Are Scottish people evil? Are Scottish people coming to get you? Are you if you see a dude with a bagpipe, you're like, uh-oh, I know where this is going. He's gonna get out that knife. He's gonna come after me while he's freeballing, while he's going commando, right? This is like nobody freaks out at Scottish people like that, right? But yeah, it's you know, because Yemeni people are otherized. Accidentally confuse people from other regions of the US because I'll use the phrase that mostly used in a third region.
Of course.
Palsier says this is important, right? Here's some language stuff. Palsier says there's no word for is in Arabic. Example, al bait kabir, the house is big. Al Houthi Yemeni, the Houthis are Yemeni. The is implied here by Arabic the grammar rules, right? So yeah, none of these words in al Houthi Yemeni, which is what Rasheed just said, none of these words translate to is. The is implied by the sentence, right?
I feel like their political expression in most online like politics adjacent communities now is just like pure unrestricted Islamophobia. On the one hand, they just like
wait, bagpipe equals ceremonial knives to the ears. Yeah, you're not wrong, Ellen Fox.
On the one hand, they claim on the one
I've seen Outlander. I know where this is going.
one hand, they sit there and they claim like, oh, we're pro-Palestine. On the other hand, they're like, every person that is pro-Palestine that isn't my white neighbor in Connecticut is a terrorist. The only way to be pro-Palestine is if you are exactly like me, living in America, and every now and then saying, you know, it's really up what's happening over there, huh? But why don't we just care about the feelings of Israelis more? That's the only way to be pro-Palestine, according to these freaks. So scary. Such a scary state of affairs. It's like, how far removed can you be from the situation? Like, even look, the reality is he reposted
Mickey Mix mixtapes. He basically said the Houthi family /tribe are from Yemen, which is, yeah, it's literally just a fact. And that means that the question that he was being asked was not put to him in a way that was sensible to him. Was not put to him in a way that he would understand, right? This was like it's not just the answer that he gave that's being mistranslated, right? It sounds like the question itself is also like he took the question as being, are the Houthis Yemeni? And he's like, yes, the Houthis are Yemeni. That's correct. The Houthi tribe, the Houthi family, they are from Yemen. That is correct. Like, I don't know where we're going with this, right? And you could hear it in his voice too. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess, tone is different in different languages, but it sounded like, it kind of seems like he was like, wait, why am I being asked this? So it's not him saying he's a Houthi member. He's defending the honor of the Houthis as Yemenis. Well, yeah. And like kind of a confusing question. Like, why would you, it seems like an obvious question.
A Nazi account to get an own in. The only problem, that's not what Rasheed said. Oh yeah, this is like Rasheed is saying the Houthis are Yemenis, not that he's Houthi. What does he think this proves exactly? He's not saying he's Houthi. This man is beyond evil. This is dangerous. It could get him killed. Yeah, I don't think he cares. I think if the American government was like doing targeted executions in Yemen still, as they were for months on end, and this Yemeni civilian died in the process, and Ethan Klein contributed to that.
Chat, we have 99 viewers right now and only 47 likes. Fix that. It's up to you, Thumb Gang. It's up to you to fix that.
He would not care. I think he was like, as long as I won an online argument in my mind, that would be valid. I'm seeing people get mad at you for your usage of girly pop as a substitute for anti-women terms. No, it's my expectation that like a girly pop community is supposed to not be this Islamophobic. Anyway, this is a horrifyingly racist attitude to have in general, and really up. And he's just gonna keep crying about it. But I do like that Noah found a way to contact Rasheed and had him on the stream. I think it's nice to offer him a platform again and to have him speak his truth. That's a good thing. It is. It's a brave thing to do. It's a good thing to do. It shouldn't be. It should be treated as like talking to any other normal person. But of course, Canary Mission's very own Ethan Klein, basically operating like a Canary Mission schizo or a Barry Weiss style psychopath, is actively invested in deplatforming anyone and everyone, but in the most cowardly way possible, where he can't just be like, Israel is the most defensible country on the planet. How dare you go after Israel like that? He has to do it in this like very weird.
Rachel super chatted $5. Flutterby.
Flutterby. Oh my God, Rachel! I'm so glad that people want to see a butterfly in my hair. That means a lot to me. Oh yeah, chat. What butterfly do you want to? I should have something where you vote on the butterfly color. I really like this one. I know it's really close to my hair color, but I love how the yellow kind of pops out of it. The blue, oh my God, I can't get this to work. The blue is really good for a contrast, and the pink is always a favorite of mine. But yeah, thank you for the super chat. We're 1 out of 10 of the way towards the butterfly chat. We got 1 hour and 19 minutes left to earn those butterflies. So if you're interested in that, you can do any super chat at a tier level or higher. Will contribute to that butterfly goal. We're 1/10 of the way there right now. As far as bonus content, we are 1/5 of the way there now at 20%. Let's change this to 20% right there. And what is winning? It looks like Ethan getting called out by his own crew for glazing up 17-year-old dating Jerry Seinfeld. His crew had to remind Ethan what is wrong with Jerry Seinfeld as Ethan was trying to glaze him up. So if you want to see that, and there's a few other things. There's something actually in that VOD of Ethan from today where I don't know if with Ethan, it's always hard to tell whether to assume malice, negligence, or just ignorance, right? Because he's talking about a guy that I unfortunately have run into on Twitch who used to go by the name of Big Papa Fascist, right? Without realizing that this guy is a fascist, right? Dude's literal name, like literal moniker that he went by, was Big Papa Fascist. Then he kind of blew up in the red pill community, and now he goes by his name, Andrew Wilson. But yeah, it's kind of strange to see Ethan treating a literal fascist. So there's a few little things in that VOD. So if you want to see that VOD, that's this topic right here. See. And that is winning right now, right? You can affect that every time you donate by letting me know in the chat which one of these topics up there, which one of the topics on the YouTube poll you want to see. You can also vote on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to come over to YouTube too. Leave a like while you're there. We won't tell anyone. And you don't have to watch it on YouTube. You can keep watching on Twitch. Just know that the poll is actually on YouTube because polls on Twitch don't work very well. Anyway, back to the content.
Weird way. He has to do it in this very weird, cowardly, cynical way where he's like, oh, but I also don't think it's good what Israel is doing. But also, if you also don't think Israel is doing the right
and thank you, Rachel, for the super chat
things, and you say that it is perfectly reasonable for other countries in the region to try and stop Israel from doing this thing, then you're just as evil as Israel. Actually, you're more evil than Israel. I'm not going to talk about what Israel is doing at all, and I'm simply going to complain about those who do talk about Israel. It's like, yeah, you're a morally bankrupt 40-year-old man who literally wants to make personal drama around the genocide, the ethnic cleansing of 2 million Palestinians. That is the ultimate goal. That's the final solution. They're not hiding it. They're openly saying that they want to do it. This is Israel's plan. Netanyahu keeps coming out and saying that. Israel today, earlier today, Israel fired shots at diplomats traveling to the West Bank. A consortium of diplomats from, I believe, like 30 different states were traveling to the West Bank, and the Israeli occupying force shot at them, directly at them. Luckily, they suck and couldn't strike any of them from 20 different countries. Sorry, not 30. Yeah, think about how psychotic that is. And what does Ethan do?
I know what Asmongold would say to that. He'd say, yeah, based.
Terror jacketing a Yemeni teenager with the hopes that he can deplatform a person that's fundraising for UNRWA. It's the most cowardly way to approach the subject, where he can't say, like, I think UNRWA is a terror group, because that's what he wants to say. So he has to just be like, maybe I can find a way to stop this fundraiser in some other capacity. And his hysterical, sociopathic, Islamophobic, like audience is playing a formative role in brigading every and any avenue they can to participate in this process, while they also sit atop their ivory towers and assume foolishly that they're actually still.
Before I said I was tired of Ethan, that Denham's lawsuit, if due followed through, the Noah fundraiser energized me even more. Him threatening to steal that money, okay, was so slimy. Look, I don't blame you for taking that from what Ethan said. Ethan attacked Noah in the midst of the fundraiser. All right. Now, I went over what he said, that sounds like him saying he wants to come after the funds raised for Palestine. I don't think that's what he intended to say, but this is what happens when you attack somebody that's doing a fundraiser. You leave that impression. And, as I tried to be nuanced, as I tried to not, endorse, as bad as Ethan Klein is, something that bad about him that maybe wasn't entirely true, we find that Ethan is, in fact, he is seemingly trying to get Noah deplatformed now. He is going after the fundraiser, right? Which in my case, in my opinion, is just as bad as if he was trying to, sue the, just as bad as if he was trying to, take some of the funds raised via litigation. So I don't feel bad for him at all.
Allies of the Palestinian plight. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely repulsive. They are horrible monsters for doing this. And one day they will look back at their actions that they engaged in at this very moment in deep shame, and they will lie. They will lie about what they did. They will lie about their position.
God, I almost want to watch this with you.
You ever had one of those jobs where you can't do anything right? Is this the third?
Did you hear about this, chat? The Colombia president, their new I guess acting president came out at graduation to try to deliver a speech, and of course, considering how Columbia University has been fucking collaborating with the Trump administration, and even before the Trump administration has been going after students, had called cops onto campus, right? And especially considering that Columbia University, if you look at their brochures, right, one of the things that they pride themselves on is their history. What history? The history of activism against the Vietnam War, activism against apartheid in South Africa, et cetera, et cetera. They champion themselves as being an institution that has promoted free speech. And yet it is only the free speech of the past, seemingly the previous, controversies that they are promoting, right? That in terms of if you want to protest about the ongoing, currently being enacted genocide, then they got no love for that. We're gonna have to catch up with this at a different time, Chad. I keep on saying I want to expand the content. I want to go over more things and maybe spend less time going in less depth. This is the kind of thing that I want to cover. We're gonna have to cover it some other time, or I don't know, maybe as bonus content. But anyway, chat, let's get to what I know you're all wanting to see, and that is the conversation between Noah Samson, a freshly shaved and freshly hair lightened Noah Samson, and Rasheed. I'm trying to roll it back to the beginning.
Why is this so? Oh. I think Rush is in the chat as well. He's blue or purple.
Is that my Discord? No.
Hello.
مرحبا.
What's up? You guys hear me? There's the man.
مرحبا. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام. أوري.
يا أحمد.
أهلين عامر.
تشوف تمام الإضاءة والكاميرا.
Okay, he's asking is the light is okay. Do you see him?
Yeah, he looks great. 1 second. Can you guys both hear me?
سامعه كويس؟
ها؟
سامع نوح كويس؟
أكيد أيوة أسمع. يلا بسم الله. قل لهم أول شيء كيف حالكم؟ إن شاء الله تكونوا جميعا بخير.
He said, how are you? You hope everyone is okay?
Yeah, let him know I'm good. We're doing this fundraising stream for Palestine, and I'm glad that he is coming on.
اوكي هو يقول لك هو كويس وهم قاعدين يسووا حملة تبرعات لفلسطين و كل شيء كويس.
أقول لهم إحنا نشكرهم على هذا الحملة. طبعا إحنا نتابع الحملة من قبل، من أول ما بدأ الحملة وإحنا نتابعها ونشجعهم على هذا الشيء، لأنهم يفعلوا شيء كبير يعني أمام الله، ويعني يحاولوا إنهم يساعدوا الأبرياء بقدر الإمكان.
He said he's following the campaign since it started, and he's appreciating the support you're giving to everyone there, and he's supporting everyone.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear. Could you ask him? Is he? What's the question I had? I kind of want to start basic, like talking about growing up in Yemen. So if you could just ask him the basic question, like, what has it been like to grow up in Yemen under the circumstances?
اوكي هو حاب يسألك عن حياتك انت يعني كيف عشت في اليمن طول عمرك، كيف قصة حياتك يعني بالمختصر كذا.
يعني اختصرها ولا اشرح؟ طيب يعني عندنا الحياة في اليمن الصدق
لا
يعني في
كيف الوضع في اليمن، كيف الحياة وانت صغير كيف عشت وكذا يعني. فهمتني؟
يعني اكيد. طيب عندنا يعني زي ما اقول لك كيف اشرح لك، عندنا الاجواء يعني انا كنت عايش من قبل في محافظة اب، يعني محافظة كلها خضراء يعني جبال.
اب في الجنوب صح؟
لا في الشمال. اول شيء كنا في اب، يعني كلها محافظة اب يعني كلها جبال يعني خضراء، يعني الدنيا ما شاء الله محافظة جنة، يعني هذه اجمل محافظة في اليمن طبعا. يعني الامطار دائما فيها.
Stella says someone in Reddit translated his interview more word for word. This translator was great, but he kind of translated the gist of it. Okay, so everybody understand, maybe take what he says with a grain of uncertainty, right? That it's a decent translation that we're getting here. Better translation, obviously, than what we got from the racist Dolly Bond member, but that there is a word for word, literal, or not literal, but more accurate, maybe more nuanced translation available on Reddit.
ما تتوقف. طبعا أنا عشت في البداية هناك في الإب في محافظة إب، بعدين انتقلت إلى
أيوة.
صنعاء.
أيوة. Okay, he's saying he lived in Ib. It's a really beautiful city, and it's as most Yemen, it's all mountains. It's a really beautiful city. There is so much green there, and it's a really beautiful city. But recently, he moved to Sana'a, is the capital of Yemen.
Okay.
But he's really from Ib.
What sort of things did you get up to where you grew up?
اوكي، كيف حياتك وانت صغير؟ وين كنت تروح؟ ايش كنت تسوي كذا يعني؟ احكي عن حياتك شوي بس.
طبعا
كيف الوضع في اليمن؟ كيف العيشة في اليمن؟ كذا يعني.
طبعا عندنا الحياة كنا في محافظة إب. طبعا نطلع في الصباح، نطلع نلعب كرة ونرجع نروح الجبل، نروح نتصيد يعني. طبعا في السلاح لكن نستخدمه يعني للصيد. نروح نتصيد يعني أشياء ايش اسمها، ما أعرف ايش يسمون عندكم، بس أشياء تأكل يعني، زي
عادي قول اسم
أيوة عقبة
اسمها وانا
يعني
اعرفها.
اسمها. أيوة عقبة، لو تعرفها.
لا ما اعرف العقبة، بس كمل. ايوه
العقب أو يمكن يقولوا العقب. طبعا نطلع نصطاد ونروح. بعدين في عندنا مكان اسمه السيل، وفي شلالات عندنا في إب، نروح الشلال نروح
اوكي.
نتصيد. اشرح له بعدين أكمل.
Okay, he said he grew up in Ib. There is so much mountain there, and when he was young, he used to play football in the morning. After that, they go in the mountain hunting, and they hunt something they eat. And after that, they go to there is so many like waterfalls and like how can I describe this? Like waterways between mountain. What do you call that? The
river.
term cannot like a river.
Stream?
It's not
Creek?
as big as a river, but it's smaller. So
Creek?
Stream or a
like
creek?
yes.
Yeah.
Something like that. Oh, okay.
Ravine.
Interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Like this. So because there is so much mountain in Yemen.
Are we still at 30 likes? I hope not. We were at like 47 when I last looked.
In general, but in Ib in particular. So they have so many waterways. They have so many like falls and stuff like this. So they go swim there and they hunt around this part also.
What are you hunting for?
Small animals to eat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I couldn't understand the particular animal he's referring to because of the the different in dialect.
Got it.
So,
okay.
Okay.
So
but from what I understand, it's a small animal.
When you decided to move, did a lot of your friends move with you? What made you move to the city?
اوكي، هو يتكلم كيف ليش نقلت لصنعاء. في احد نقل معاك ولا انت رحت لحالك؟ كيف يعني ايش اللي خلاك تنقل من اب لصنعاء وكذا؟
طبعا يعني بعد ما صارت الحرب على اليمن، من اول ما صارت يعني في ناس
We're at 66 likes. That's getting better.
كثير انتقلوا لصنعاء، لانه صنعاء يعني عاصمة، يعني فيها عمل، يعني في ناس طلعت تبحث عن عمل، في ناس طلعت تدرس. لانه اول ما بدأت الحرب على اليمن خلاص يعني في مدارس توقفت، يعني لانه يعني المدرسين في اليمن خلاص يعني ما عاد يعطوهم راتب، خلاص بطلوا المدرسين اللي كانوا في اب.
So just to sum it up, all right, we're at 66 likes right now. We've got 1 out of 10 of the super chats that we need for the butterfly goal. We've got 1 hour left on that goal. So there's still time to put a butterfly in my hair if you're interested in that sort of thing. And we are at 20 out of 100. We are fully 1/5 of the way there to the bonus content goal, the bonus content that's winning right now. Ethan's crew drags him over Seinfeld, and there's actually more goodies in that bag as well. But make sure that you know that when you donate, you can you can put your thumb on that. You can add your donation to the topic of your choice by just saying so in chat when you donate, and add a few extra points. But yeah, right now Ethan's crew dragging him. It's kind of killing. It's at 60%. The next highest item is at 20%. So blowing everything away.
واللي كل العمال يعني انتقلوا لصنعاء لانه ما في عمل الان الا في صنعاء. يعني اسباب كثير.
يعني انت رحت عشان عمل ولا رحت عشان دراسة؟
رحت عشان دراسة يعني.
Okay. So when the war started in Yemen, he had to move because the government shut down. When the government shut down, the government couldn't pay the teachers, so most of the teachers went to Sana'a. So that's why he went to Sana'a. So many workers start. There is no more work in Ib. So many workers moved to Sana'a to have work also. That's why he moved to Sana'a. But for his particular reason is the school. He moved to because in Sana'a school were still open.
What is school like, and how different is it now that you moved?
ويقول لك كيف المدرسة وبعد ما انتقلت يعني المدرسة كان أحسن ولا في إب أحسن ولا كيف يعني مقارنة ببعض إيش أحسن؟
طبعا في صنعاء أحسن. يعني صنعاء يعني في كل شيء متطور. بس محافظة إب يعني محافظة زي ما تقول ريفية، يعني كلها جبال وريف، يعني الدنيا خضراء، سيول، شلالات. بس التطور في صنعاء، يعني كل شيء في صنعاء يعني أكيد أكثر تطور.
Hey, he's saying Sana'a is more developed than Ib. Ib, it's like how can I say this? Like rural town.
Rural, yeah.
Is that
Mhm.
okay? It's more rural town, so that's why it's not as developed as Sana'a. Sana'a is the capital, and it's much safer. It's much better. It's it's easier to get stuff there. يعني it's much better than Ib.
How in terms of the blockade, how bad is it? How much, I guess, suffering is being seen, or like before and after the war and the blockade?
هو يتكلم عن أيام الحرب.
على أيام
كان في
الحرب.
حصار على اليمن. ايوه كان في حصار على اليمن.
طبعا أيام الحرب، أول ما بدأت الحرب على اليمن
لا
طبعا في
خلني بس اشرح لك. سؤاله هو يقول لك يعني كيف كان وضع الحصار، ويعني ايش كانت المعاناة هناك، وايش اصعب شيء يعني في الموضوع وكذا يعني. ويقول لك تكلم عن الشيء هذا عشان تشرحه للناس عشان يفهموا اكثر يعني.
أكيد. طبعا أول ما بدأ الحصار على اليمن يعني الناس توقفوا عن العمل، الوظائف توقفت في اليمن، المطارات توقفت، والرواتب توقفت. يعني حتى في طرق يعني انقطعت. إذا في أمراض في اليمن يعني ما يقدر يسافر إلى بلد ثاني، إلى مصر أو الأردن يعني للعلاج. طبعا حاجات كثير، يعني حتى أنهم ضربوا أول ما بدأ الحصار، ضربوا المستشفيات والمطارات، يعني ضربوا الأشياء اللي تخدم المواطن. يعني في مواطنين يعني عانوا كثير، يعني في أطفال في اليمن، عائلات فقدوا عيالهم وأبنائهم، يعني وصلوا إلى حد يمكن الآن مثل غزة.
اوكي طيب، والحين الوضع تغير كثير ولا في باقي اشياء ناقصة؟
لا طبعا يعني زي ما تقول الأسعار ارتفعت، صح إنها ارتفعت في اليمن، بس الناس يعني المغتربين، يعني في ناس كل عائلة في اليمن يعني معها مغترب في أمريكا، في السعودية، يعني يعملوا رجعوا يدعموا عائلاتهم في الدعم المادي.
Okay. So he's saying that in the war, the blockade was very bad. So the first thing shut down is the government and the hospitals and the airport and a lot of infrastructure shut down. That made everything worse. He's saying it's similar to what's happening in Gaza now. It's very similar to that situation. But now it's a little bit better, but it's still. But what he's saying, after the blockade in Yemen, so many people depend on people outside Yemen. They have relatives in America, they have relatives in Saudi Arabia, sending them money, because it's hard to depend on people working in Yemen, because there is not a lot of work.
How has, I mean, seeing the treatment of everything around you, what did that feel like? Like, as a person, not necessarily just about the direct impact, but on how you feel, I guess, about yourself, or how the world is treating you, or the world has decided to treat you.
Okay, I couldn't understand the question. Can you explain it a little more?
Yeah, like how has his upbringing affected him personally? You know, like
Okay,
sorry,
nothing to do with the blockade. You are asking about when he grew up.
Yeah, when he grows up, the effects of the blockade, have they had an effect on him personally?
اوكي. هو يسألك عن تأثير في حياتك الحصار اللي على اليمن لما كانت اليمن محاصرة. الحصار اللي على اليمن هل أثر عليك شخصيا؟ هل يعني أنت شخصيا إيش يعني إيش المعاناة الشخصية في الحظر في الحظر في اليمن، وإيش اللي غير في حياتك في
طبعا خلاص فهمت السؤال. طبعا اكيد يعني اي واحد، حتى انا يعني الان ما في وظائف باليمن. احنا الان يعني المواطنين اليمنيين كلنا اللي كنا ندرس توقفنا عن الدراسة لانه توقفت الوظائف في اليمن.
حتى الآن؟
اكيد حتى الان يعني ما في وظائف باليمن. تدرس تكمل الجامعة خلاص يعني ترجع عمل، لانه ما في عمل. كل
Okay,
الحصار
he's saying
بسبب امريكا واسرائيل.
okay. He's saying even now the blockade is still affecting jobs, so there is not a lot of jobs in Yemen now, even now after the blockade. So even before the blockade it was so much worse, but even now we still have the effect, because everything is more expensive, as we all know. Even outside Yemen, this is the issue, everything, inflation and everything. So but with Yemen it's so much worse, because when they import things in Yemen, they will import with foreign currency, so it will be much worse for places like Yemen. So he's saying now it's almost impossible to get jobs, and even people graduate, after they graduate they don't have jobs, so they have nothing to do in Yemen. That's even in his case it's the same thing. So he almost finished school, but there is no jobs.
What is your family like? Like, do you have siblings or a lot of relatives around you?
Yeah, so chat's talking to sorry, chat, okay? Chat, we had a mini F. It's the first time I've had that happen on the internet side of things, right? Are we back? Can I just get a check from Twitch? Can I just get a check from YouTube to make sure that we are indeed back? Because I don't know for sure until I hear chat say we are so back. We did have a mini F, but we're back. Okay. Yeah, so the personal nature of questions, look, every culture is different in terms of its sensitivities and what's considered an appropriate question, depending on how well you know somebody or whatever. But yeah, it's kind of like when you start to ask about people's how many brothers and sisters did you have, right? This was a question that actually Bill Burr didn't want to answer to Ethan Klein. Like, Bill Burr, not under a deep under the target of Ethan Klein and the Dolly Bond and so many other people, and yet he doesn't want to answer that question, a personal question about the makeup of his family, because he doesn't want weirdos from the internet to like fuck with his family, right? So even somebody like Bill Burr, that's too personal of a question for him. And my fear with like that kind of question, and like, look, you know, Rasheed will, you know, decide if maybe it's too personal and, you know, doesn't want to give specific answers, right? But the fear there would be, I don't know, something like doxing or bringing his family into the controversy that he has, you know, entered into through doing videos on TikTok and stuff like that. So I can kind of see why maybe that might be too personal of a question to ask. Yeah, he means well for sure. But it might have been good for him to have gotten some questions through someone else. He doesn't see. Oh yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's also been up for a long time too, so keep that in mind too. We're gonna cut Noah a break on some of this stuff. Noah, no doubt that Noah's a good guy, but his questions kind of make me. Yeah. No, I understand that.
عن عائلتك
Oh, Rave says I keep on hearing Dolly Ban as Dolly Bot, and I'm gonna keep hearing that while picturing an animatronic Dolly Parton. I mean, that's much better than the Dolly Ban, the Dolly Bot.
كيف العائلة عندك يعني عندك اخوان كم اخ كم اخت كم عائلتك كم واحد في قرايبك معك في اب ولا في صنعاء كم عددهم كذا يعني يسألك كيف عائلتك يعني
أكيد طبعًا إحنا يعني 10 يعني إحنا 10 أخوان نُص بنُص يعني 5 عيال و5 بنات، وكلنا
ما شاء
ساكنين
الله
في صنعاء يعني إلا أخ واحد بس في محافظة إب.
ما شاء الله طيب وعيال عمك مع عيال عمك كلهم في اب ولا في صنعاء وفي اب وكذا
لا في صنعاء طبعًا كلهم.
حتى قرايبك بقية العيلة يعني
أيوه يعني في بصنعاء كثير وفي بإب.
he has 10 siblings 5 boys 5 girls most of them live in Sana'a but one of them I think still in Ib, his hometown also most of his relatives like his cousin are in Sana'a but some of them still in Ib as well.
Okay. And what are they like? What are they like? You know, to be around, I guess.
طيب هو يسألك كيف العيشة مع العيلة وكيف منبسطين رايحين جايين تطلعون كيف يعني
أكيد يعني أكيد إن الشعب وإحنا الناس كلهم يعني عايشين يعني مطنشين الوضع اللي حاصل بالحرب والأزمات كل شيء يعني وعايشين حياتهم.
Okay he's saying like they make intentional choice to you know I don't know how to describe it neglect or ignore the war or what is happening around them and focus on you know how to live life.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
the
that
way
makes sense.
the best way I can describe that.
That makes sense. I guess I want to switch gears a little and say like there's been a campaign online against you calling you a terrorist and calling you just essentially terrorist. How has this online campaign from these YouTubers or creators affected you
Slop tubers, some would say.
in real life and personally?
هو قاعد يسألك عن في ناس كثير قاعدين يقولوا عليك انك ارهابي وانك يعني يقولوا عنك ارهابي ويقولوا عنك يعني اشياء ما هي كويسه هل هذه اثرت
نعم.
عليك؟
طبعًا
ويتكلم عن مدى
أثّرت
التاثير يعني
طبعًا أكيد يعني أثّرت يعني لأنه الآن أنا واقف مع فلسطين يعني ومع الحق، أكيد يعني بتأثّر بأي شخص، وحتى الحسابات حقي انحظرت يعني لمّا وصفوني بالإرهابي انحظرت كامل، وطبعًا بارُد على خصوصًا يعني بأيثان كلاين، يعني أيثان كلاين أنا أشوف إنه يعني يطلعوا
That word, I don't need translation for.
يقول أنا إرهابي أو بس أنا أتكلم الآن وأقول إني مواطن عادي يعني لا أنتمي إلى أي حزب فقط.
But that's funny that, you know, I mean, like he's aware of the campaigns against him, and the word that the name that comes to mind first maybe is Ethan Klein.
واقف مع فلسطين يعني كأي شخص مسلم واقف إلى جانب فلسطين، ويعني بخصوص ما ينشره أيثان كلاين هذا يطلع أمام الكاميرا فقط أي كلام يتكلم من الكيبورد، يعني عادي عنده أهم شيء المال فقط، يعني يمكن حتى لو ابنه بيبيعه عشان المال فقط، ولا يعرف إيش الحقيقة أو إيش الحق، يعني حتى إنه مش سياسي، يعني يتكلم الآدمي من الكيبورد. وباقي موضوع يعني حتى إنه قال إني أكره اليهود وإني معادي للسامية، هذا غلط طبعًا. إحنا ما نكره أي يهود، يعني إحنا فقط نكره الصهاينة، اللي نوصفهم بالصهاينة فهم اللي يقصفوا الأطفال في غزة ويقتلوا الأطفال في غزة، أما اللي نقول له يهودي فهو يعني الشخص اللي باقي منه ذرة كرامة وباقي منه رحمة، يعني ويعرف إيش الأبرياء ويعرف إنه قصف الأبرياء غلط. ولكن أيضًا كلاين يعني وغيره، يعني في ضباب إلكترونية كثير تخلط بينهم، يعني تخلط بين اللي نسميه يهودي واللي نسميه صهيوني، لكن إحنا نفرق بينهم.
Okay, I think you got some part of this. So what he's
Heard
saying
some
is,
names.
okay, what he's saying is, after that, he
Play Something says the only part that made me want to dig myself into the floor was when right after being told not to make it about drama, who was? He was like, Ethan will watch this, say hi. Ethan, you're my so right after Noah was told not to make it about drama, he said that? But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt considering his lack of sleep. Yeah, no, he's been through a lot for sure. I don't think I would have trouble keeping my thoughts together in that. So I have trouble keeping my thoughts together even not doing, huge marathons. I mean, stream for a long time, but not 24 hours long.
some of his account got blocked, so that's why he created he create another account. So a lot of his account got blocked, and he's explaining his position. His position is, I'm not member of any party. I'm not member of anything. I am, just normal Yemeni Muslim. I think standing with the true or the right side. This is my position. As for what he's saying about Ethan Klein, he's saying this man doesn't understand politics. This man doesn't understand. He will say anything. I think he's doing this for money and nothing more. That's what he said.
Yeah, I don't know about money, but definitely for clout, definitely for fame, definitely for to raise the profile of his ailing social media enterprise. Yeah. 100%. 100%.
I agree.
He also said some comment, but I don't want to translate it. But that's about it. He's also saying he's a keyboard warrior, and he's saying there is some in Arabic. It's translated to electronic flies. A lot of bots and a lot of electronic accounts, fake electronic accounts and stuff like this. He's saying.
So electronic flies meaning like low value commentary from the internet, basically.
Every accusation from Ethan, he will have a lot of this account.
Got it. Okay.
Electronic flies. So annoying. Is that what that means? Do you think he's saying there's a word that he's saying that translates sort of like electronic flies? Am I getting this right? That these are like, the annoying assholes that kind of come to give him shit after he's been talked about on Ethan's show or on in the Destiny sphere of things. Do you think that's a pretty good translation of electronic flies?
Our IDF
like flies to shit, basically. Ethan spreads the shit and then here comes the flies. Electric fly means, okay, so it literally does mean not just like a low value opinion or not just like a shitty annoying person on the internet. It literally does mean like bots or paid for account. Okay. I was curious. Interesting.
soldiers terrorists, and is Hila Klein a terrorist?
طيب هو يقول لك عناصر الجيش الإسرائيلي هل أنت شايفهم إرهابيين؟
Buffy Geek says I took it to mean bots. Yeah, that makes sense.
وزوجة إيثن هيلا هل هي إرهابية في وجهة نظرك؟
طبعا أكيد إرهابية، لأنها بتشجع أي شخص يشجع ما تفعله إسرائيل بيكون إرهابي. بس الآن هم يسووا العكس، الآن أي شخص ضد الإبادة الجماعية أو ضد ما تفعله إسرائيل بالقصف وتقصف الأبرياء بيكون الشخص هو الإرهابي اللي يوصفه، يعني عكسوها بس.
Okay. He's saying she's a terrorist, and anybody who like bomb civilians and innocent people and kids and
Masab Mob says, I am Arab and from the region, and electronic flies are basically bots that used to be pro-Saudi government bots during the war on Yemen. So this does have a very specific meaning there. Not just bots or not just, annoying accounts and low-value opinions, but bots, and not just any bots, but specifically related to a Saudi information warfare campaigns during the Saudi incursion and genocide against Yemen.
and women is a terrorist, and he's saying a lot of Zionists flip the script. Is it's like anybody defending civilian is the terrorist, and everybody not defending civilian and encouraging terrorism is not terrorist. So he's saying like this is backward,
Mm-hmm.
Also, something I didn't translate in the
Yeah, it is pretty backwards. It's pretty upside down world we're living in right now.
in the last question, he made distinction between Yehudi is what it's Jewish, and Sahyoni is Zionist. He's saying these are two different things. People should distinguish the difference between these things. In the last question, not this question.
Yeah. To ask on that one, what does it feel like for them to try to frame you as an anti-Semite, as being against Jews rather than being against Zionists and Israel?
اوكي هو قاعد يسألك انه هم لما يصنفوك معادي للسامية ويقولوا انك انت ضد اليهود، ما انت ضد اسرائيل او الصهيونيين. هو حاب يشوف رأيك وردك في الموضوع.
طبعا يعني ما اهتم لهم، انا عارف اني واقف مع الحق، فما اهتم حتى اذا وصفوني ارهابي، انا عارف اني مع الحق يعني، ومع ضد ما تفعله اسرائيل، ضد ما يفعله الصهاينه. اما زي ما قلت انت وضحت له اني قلت اليهودي اللي نسميه يهودي احنا هذاك الشخص اللي واقف مع فلسطين، اللي الان يطلع ويرفع علم فلسطين وضد الاباده الجماعيه. اما اللي نوصفه صهيوني فهو شخص خلاص يعني مجرم مشارك بكل الحرب اللي يحصل على اخواننا في فلسطين يعني، ومع اسرائيل يعني بيشجع اسرائيل كل شيء، انها تضرب انها تقصف، وهذول الاشخاص كلهم على خطا واحنا نسميهم صهاينه.
Okay. As I said, he's describing the difference between Zionist and Jewish. He's saying anybody encouraging violence on our Palestinian system is Zionist, and he's wrong, on the wrong side of history. I am on the right side. I don't care what they say about me because I'm on the right side of history. And as I said before, he's describing the difference between a Jewish person and a Zionist person. He's saying a lot of Jewish people are protesting for Palestine and doing a lot of activism around the issue of Palestine. So there is a big difference between the two things. What he's saying is, I don't care what they say because I know I'm right.
Where that solidarity with Palestine, where does that come from for him, or for you? Sorry, I'm supposed to be talking to him.
Okay. هو بيسألك يقول لك من وين التعاطف مع فلسطين، من وين جاء؟ أو إيش اللي يشجعك تتعاطف مع فلسطين؟
طبعا أكيد بنوقف مع فلسطين، لأنه إحنا نشوف يعني شفنا الأطفال كيف يحصل فيهم في فلسطين، شفنا القصف اللي يقصفوا على الأبرياء، يعني قصف عشوائي، إسرائيل بس قصف عشوائي. إسرائيل لو كانت تريد يعني لو كانت تقف ضد الإبادة الجماعية ما كانت فعلت القصف اللي سوته كله. طبعا يعني في مواضيع كثيرة ايش يتكلم، يعني الحرب الآن اللي فعلوا على اليمن، الآن اليمن وقفت ضد إسرائيل بتقول لها وقفي الحرب عن فلسطين فقط. اليمن يعني ما تحب انها تكون في الحرب، يعني تحارب وتقاتل الناس من ما شافت قتلته. اليمن بس تقول لهم ارفعوا الحصار عن فلسطين واحنا بنتوقف عن ضربكم فقط، وفلسطين بتقول ارفعوا الحصار عن فلسطين اوقفوا عدوانكم على فلسطين. ولكن إسرائيل يعني بتحاول انها تطرد الشعب الفلسطيني كامل من فلسطين وتقتل الطفل والكبير المسن، اي شخص يعني تشوفه فلسطيني بتقتله. شوهوا الاسلام.
Okay, he's describing what he's saying is the IDF or the Israeli military is targeting anything. It's targeting anyone. There is no like a method or any particular clear target of what they are doing. There is like random bombing. There is random targeting. They target everyone. The majority of their target are like women and children. So what he's saying is it's there is no clear reason. Then he talked about Yemen. He's saying Yemen is being bombed right now because they are saying just stop the forcible immigration and the genocide in Gaza. So as soon as they stop that, no, Yemen will not be threat to Israel. But
Yeah, and we literally saw this. We literally saw this happen, right? When there was a ceasefire negotiated, from what we know now, in bad faith through the Trump administration, but when there was a ceasefire in place, even a ceasefire that Israel wasn't abiding by particularly well, the actions of the Houthis stopped. And when the ceasefire was, annulled, they went right back at it. Yeah, that's,
are so stubborn and they want to kill the Palestinian so much they are willing to fight Yemen on this.
Are you why is it that when you try to talk about that, or when you say Israel is killing civilians, social media restricts you, or the media wants to silence you for that?
اوكي، هو يسألك لما تتكلم عن موضوع فلسطين السوشيال ميديا تبدأ تقفل عليك او تقفل حسابك او كذا، تتوقع
اكيد
ايش السبب؟
طبعا الحسابات يعني كثير، يعني حظر نهائي. يعني حتى انه لما افتح حساب جديد يعني يجلس معي اسبوع اسبوعين، اول ما يبدا يطلع المتابعين يبلع حظر على طول. ولكن ما توقفت عادي، بنشئ حتى 1000 حساب. مع فلسطين مليون حساب عادي ما في مشكله.
He's saying as soon as he create account and start getting following, he will get permanently banned. He said like he uses so much account to he created so much account because of this issue, but he's saying he doesn't care. He will create 1,000 account, no issue. His goal is advocate for Palestinian.
I just want to say, I noticed when people have been attacking you, one thing they always leave out is the advocacy for Palestine. They focus on things you say and to misconstrue them, but everything you've ever said about on social media is about Palestine, but they choose to ignore it, and that seems unfair.
اوكي، هو قاعد يقول ان دائما انت لما تتكلم عن اي شيء يتعلق بفلسطين او اغلب كلامك يكون عن اشياء تتعلق بفلسطين، بس مع كذا ما حد يتكلم لما يجون يتكلمون عنك ما يتكلمون عن موضوع فلسطين، يحاولون يدورون اي شيء ثاني عشان يهاجموك فيه. مع ان كلامك في موضوع فلسطين هو عارف انه يعني هو يقول لك انا عارف انه صح، وبصراحه هو شايف انه انت تعامل بشكل غير عادل يعني.
اكيد طبعا انا لما اجي اتكلم مع فلسطين يعني بيكون اول شيء بيحضروا الحساب. ثاني شيء في ضباب إلكترونية كثير، يعني ما تتكلم عن موضوع فلسطين يدخلوا في موضوع ثاني، موضوع سفينة، موضوع قرصان، يعني الموضوع واضح. يعني أنا أجي أتكلم وأقول وقفوا العدوان عن فلسطين، يعني أنا أوصل رسالة، بس يعني في ناس كثير يعني مثلي واقفة مع فلسطين وتحاول إنها توصل رسائل، بس أنا مثل ما تقول أوصل رسالة نيابة عن 100,000 شخص، 120,000 شخص، 5,000 شخص. يعني أهم شيء إن الموضوع يوصل لهم ويتذكروا ويعرفون إن إحنا مساندين أخواننا في فلسطين وما نسيناهم، حتى رغم كل الظروف في اليمن إحنا معاهم واقفين معاهم وما نهتمش في الناس. أي شخص ما اهتم مع فلسطين الله يعني حسابه عند الله، إحنا ما بنحاسبه أو نقول له لازم توقف مع فلسطين سوي. الموضوع واضح جدًا، يعني بيشوفوا إيش يحصل لأخواننا في فلسطين، يعني لو يشتوا يوقفوا معاهم، يعني لو أرادوا أن يوقفوا معاهم كانوا وقفوا، لأنهم عارفين إن الأبرياء في فلسطين كثير، لكن الآن يخافوا. يعني حتى في ناس إذا تكلموا، يعني في دول ثانية، الدول العربية إذا تكلموا وقاموا مع فلسطين بيدخلوهم السجن على طول. كل هذا الذي بيتحالفوا مع ترامب. ترامب رأس المصايب، ترامب الذي يحنب اليهود، يعني ترامب بيودي اليهود إلى التهلكة، خلى الناس تكره اليهود. في ناس كثير كرهت اليهود، يعني خلطت بين اليهود والصهاينة، لكن باقي ناس فاهمة الموضوع إن الصهاينة معروفين واليهود اللي نسميهم يهود حطيناهم في جنب ثاني.
Just wanted to address this really quick. I saw on Hassan's stream says MF Doomscroll H3 Poopa Scoopers were clutching their pearls over a knife that Rasheed had around his neck, making racist fan fiction about, yeah. Well, they were basically, it's a ceremonial knife. Let me show you what MF Doomscroll is talking about. If you're just joining the stream, I talked about this a little bit earlier, right? But right there is a ceremonial knife. This is not a knife that is meant for violence or even really self-defense. It's ceremonial. It's very common in Yemen, and you know they're freaking out about it, right? They're like they were calling him evil for the cultural, you know, the cultural trappings of what he's wearing, basically, right? And that's the knife right there. And yeah, they just can't stop being racist, can they?
Okay. Okay. He's confirming what you said is attacks on him always never discuss the point of Palestine. It's always about the ship. It's about the captain. It's about stuff like this. They never discuss the core of the issue is it's Palestine. He also said the last part about Trump. He's saying Trump is creating more hate for Jews because everyone will think this is the Jews, but this is not for the Jews. This is for Zionists, and Zionists are not the Jews. Jews is something, and Zionists are different things.
I have two questions. The first one is it possible to stand with Palestine while only attacking the resistance, like what's happening in Yemen in the Red Sea, or what's happening in Lebanon, or in Gaza, resistance fighters? Are you, what's the word, I guess? Is there a contradiction there? People who only attack and say it's terrorists, can they also say they support Palestine?
اوكي، هو يسألك يقول لك هل ممكن واحد يدعم فلسطين بس في نفس الوقت قاعد يهاجم كل الناس اللي اي مقاومة لإسرائيل، يعني اي يهاجم حزب الله في لبنان، يهاجم حماس، ويهاجم أنصار الله، بس في الأخير يقول إنه يدعم فلسطين؟ هل تشوف إن هذا شيء صح، أو هل هذا شيء منطقي بالنسبة لك؟
لا طبعا هذا مش شيء منطقي. يعني لما يتكلم عن أنصار الله في اليمن طبعا هم يمنيين، يعني ولما يجي يتكلم أنه يهاجم يعني حزب الله أو يهاجم المقاومة في حماس ويقول أنه واقف مع فلسطين، هذا كذاب، لأنهم
Okay,
هؤلاء
he's saying
الأطراف كلهم هؤلاء الأطراف كلهم يعني هذا هو الأطراف اللي يتكلم عنهم الآن حماس وأنصار الله في اليمن واقفين إلى جانب فلسطين، يعني كان بيتحالف معاهم، يعني لو صدق يدعم فلسطين كان بيتحالف مع أنصار الله في اليمن، كان بيتحالف مع المقاومة في حماس، كان بيتحالف مع حزب الله.
He's saying it doesn't make any sense because these these people are resisting what Israel is doing. So it doesn't make any sense. If you are attacking anybody supporting Palestine, who يعني who do you need to support? Who should be attacking Israel? This is what he's saying. It doesn't make any sense for him, at least.
When you see people online, people like Ethan Klein,
Here we go.
making these videos and talking about you, even though, like you said, and I agree, they don't really care about this issue. What does that feel like as someone that does care about this issue and someone that does understand what's happening in Gaza better than most people in the world?
اوكي، هو قاعد يسألك يقول لك لما ايثن يهاجمك مثلا، بالنسبة طبعا هو قاعد يهاجمك، هو ما هو مهتم بالوضع في فلسطين، ما هو مهتم، مع انه يقول احيانا انه هو مهتم، بس هو فعليا ما هو مهتم. لما تشوف واحد زي كذا يهاجمك وش تحس فيه؟ هذا اول شيء. الشيء الثاني انه هو يعني can you repeat the question because I forgot part of it.
Yes. What does it feel like to see people who don't care about this issue attacking you when you do care about it and it's so important to you and you understand it better than anyone in the world? Like when people try to smear you and say things about you that aren't true. I guess what's the way I want to say this? Like could they ever understand at all what you're going through, or is it just that's not the right word. Give me a second.
Do you think they understand what
like how insignificant is it in comparison compared to what you care about Palestine, about freeing Palestine, everything that's going on the internet, with everyone, talking about him or talking about Hassan, for example. Does any of this matter?
اوكي، هو قاعد يسألك يقول لك ايش رايك في الناس اللي تهاجمك او تهاجم حسن؟ انت عارف حسن صح؟ اللي سويت معه لقاء.
أكيد يس نعم.
اوكي، ايوه، الناس اللي تهاجمك او تهاجم حسن او تهاجم اي احد عشان موضوع فلسطين، مع انه انت عارف عن موضوع فلسطين اكثر من اغلب الناس هذه، يعني اغلب الناس هذه هي قاعده تتكلم في الموضوع بس ما هي عارفه، انت عارفه اكثر من الناس هذه. فهو يقول لك يعني بالنسبه لك هل تشوف هذا شيء صغير ولا يعني ايش حجم الشيء هذا بالنسبه لك يعني؟
طبعا
Rachel
أي
super
شخص يعني
chatted
أي ثاني كلاين
$5.
أو أي شخص
Butterfly, 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 butterfly.
Butterfly, 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 butterfly. Oh my god, thank you, Rachel. We're 2 out of 10 on the way to the butterfly goal. I'm sorry I'm not mentioning this more. We got 23 minutes to make it happen. We need 8 super chats in the space of 23 minutes in order to put one of these butterflies in my hair. So I guess we'll see if that's going to happen. But thank you, Rachel. We're now at 25%. We're a quarter of the way to some bonus content. And I need to update that as well. There we go. 25%. Irene's hair looks amazing. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Girly Bear, and thank you, Chalky. I never know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Is it Chalky? I feel so bad. There's this is my, like, it makes me, like, if I think I'm mispronouncing somebody's name, then it makes me nervous, and then I'll pronounce it like all kinds of ways. I'll like guarantee that I'm mispronouncing it in my effort to pronounce correctly.
انتقدني اني واقف الى جانب فلسطين، او انتقد ايش اسمه حسن يعني فهذا شخص غلط في غلط، لأن هذا الشخص الآن بيلوث عقول ناس كثير يعني. إذا باقي شخص أو إنسان واقف إلى جانب فلسطين أو واقف ضد الإبادة الجماعية، هذا أيضا كلاين أو غيره يجي الآن يلوث عقول هذه الناس، لأنهم أولاد ذباب إلكترونية، يعني جالسين في البيت يأكلوا يشربوا يتفرجوا الأفلام يتفرجوا الأشياء حب رومانسية، يعني ما يعرفوا إيش معنى الله وإيش معنى الحق وإيش معنى فلسطين وإيش معنى الأبرياء. يعني الأبرياء هناك يموتوا هؤلاء مش عارفين كلهم، يعني أهم شيء إنه يدخل يعلق إيش ما كان الموضوع، يدخل يعلق وخلاص، مش فاهم الموضوع ولا فاهم الحرب ولا فاهم أي شيء.
Okay. He's saying like a lot of people criticizing him, like and Hassan don't understand what is anything, and even they comment on a lot of things they don't understand, not only in this issue, other issues as well. So he's saying these people want to say anything about anything just to have an opinion. That's one.
Yeah, this is, I've talked about this for a long time. I know exactly what he's talking about. I call this the take industrial complex, right? The idea that on social media, no matter what your level of knowledge on a particular subject, you are encouraged to have a take on it. That take is valuable by your, footprint as a content creator. And that's the reason that you get people that have no business. Ethan Klein's a great example of this, right? No business talking about a subject matter, weighing in and be like, no, actually, Hassan, let me tell you about my double Nakba theory. Actually, right? Just like this fucking, or Asmongold, like, yeah, based, like, he doesn't even pretend, like, there's no real take there. There's no real opinion other than, yes, I watch what Trump says and I say, yeah, based, right? And that's not a good thing, chat. That's not a good thing. Like, look, as much as I love democracy, as much as I love people, discussing things and learning from each other, etc., right? There are some people that probably should maybe educate themselves before they go out and they publish a take, right? Because that take will actually have legs. People will see the big social media figure has this opinion and they'll be like, oh, I guess that's the right opinion. And they don't they're not the viewers are not educated enough to ascertain how uneducated, how ignorant, what a place of ignorance the take haver is coming from, and they don't correctly know to kind of certain takes maybe you should not treat as being valuable, right? But yeah, I mean, this is just the more of the perverse incentives of the platforms.
The other thing he's saying, these people are spreading, a lot of misinformation and dangerous information about this. This is one of his issues with people like this, because with the spreading of
thank you, it is Choky as in Smokey. Okay, I just didn't want to say that if your name was Chalky and I was always calling you Choky and you're like, why do you keep saying choke, right? No, that is Choky. Okay, my initial pronunciation was correct for once.
These misinformation, it will be some people will believe it and will.
Oh, it's a Nirvana lyric. Wait, from what song?
Not look for the right information regarding anything they say. They will take his authority and run with it. And this, what he's saying, this is that.
Welcome in, Dororo Pup. Thank you for following.
Do you see
lyrics? The lyric is choking on ashes of their enemies. Oh wait, what is that? It's choking on the ashes of the enemy. In the sun. What is that song? In the sun, I feel as one. All apologies. Thank you. I could remember the. I can remember some of the. I can remember the song. I couldn't remember the title. It's all apologies. Okay.
From the people we're talking about,
I always thought he was saying choking on the ashes of a renegade.
They share Zionist propaganda, do you think? Do they normalize Israel? that's just my view of it. Is the types of things they say, even if they're doing it just because they want to make money, it's still defending Israel in a way. And I don't know if he feels that way, because it seems like they attack him for, you know, similar reasons, just the opposite. Yeah, just similar reasons, I guess.
اوكي، هو قاعد يسألك، يقول لك الناس اللي تنشر المعلومات هذه او الناس اللي تتكلم في الكلام هذا زي ايثن وغيره، هل انت شايف هذا الدفاع عن
You know, I was never one of those kids that rocked a Nirvana shirt, but they did have some bangers.
الصهيونية او دفاع عن اسرائيل، او انت شايف انه هو بس يعني يبغى يتكلم وخلاص؟ هذا شيء. الشيء الثاني انه هو يعني يسألك انه
Showing my age, which is 5 days older than Kurt would be. Choki, you have no idea how many 18-year-olds I still see around wearing Nirvana t-shirts, right? I feel like Nirvana has somehow transcended their their time period and the life of Kurt Cobain.
هو يعني الكلام اللي قاعدين يشوفوه، هل انت شايفهم هم صهاينة برضو؟
طبعا اكيد متصهين، يعني من خلال كلامه انه يعني صهيوني، قدام هو يدعم يعني يعني يتصنع الكذب على الناس، يفتري على اي شخص، يقول هذا الشخص ارهابي، هم يصدقوا على طول. وطبعا ايثان كلاين يعني
Vamps rocks a Nirvana shirt.
يحاول ايثان كلاين او اي شخص ثاني يعني يحاول انه يصنع له هيبة، يعني سوى محتوى ويحاول انه يصنع له هيبة في هذا الحرب، وانه تدخل وانه طلع وتكلم مع الصهاينة وانه شجع الصهاينة، يعني يحاول يصنع لنفسه هيبة، ونهاية هذا الشخص بيكون مجنون او بيكون في حالة نفسية، لانه عارف نفسه حتى هو انه كذاب يعني، وانه منافق، وانه مش واقف مع الحق، اخرته مجنون.
Okay, he's saying this much lying will in the future will ruin his mind and you know, corrupt his mind.
Like
I think
he's
that's
going,
more
Ethan
accurate.
is going kind of crazy.
Yes, because nobody lied this much and have a sane, have a sane mind. What he's saying.
Bars.
And he's saying like, for me, everything I see from him is Zionist propaganda. It's there is nothing I see from him. It's advocating for the innocent people in Palestine.
I agree with you that the types of people that are attacking you are stupid and self-interested. Due to that, is it even worth talking about them? Because sometimes I feel that same way, that it's irrelevant to what's important, which is Palestine. Like when you talk about Palestine, or when other people online talk about Palestine, that's so much more important.
Here's what's frustrating about this question. I have thought about this question a lot, right? Given that, you know, I'm not we had a little bit of an F, all right? Can I hear from chat that we are indeed back? Are we back? Did you experience the F? I don't know what's going on with my Thai internet today, right? But it's not great. And we actually lost, like, I don't know, 20 viewers last time this happened. So this is starting to get a little bit annoying. So back, we are back. We are back. We are so back. We've never been so back. Okay, good to hear. But yeah, no, this, you know, look, here's what's frustrating to me. If you make a video that's just like, you should care about Palestine. You should care about what's happening in Palestine, which is the truth. Which is the truth. And then you show people what is happening in Palestine through a combination of people's, you know, collective, like, you know, eyes glazing over, boredom at a truly horrible thing that is happening that they apparently can do nothing about, as well as the algorithm's desire to disincentivize showing real world violence, showing the effects of real world violence, right? That video is going to get 50 views. That video is going to get 50 views, right? And if the video is titled instead, Ethan Klein denies what's going on in Palestine, then that video gets 10,000 views, right? So if you want to do something about what's going on in Palestine, it does seem like the incentive is actually to lean into the drama slop. The other thing about it is that when your video looks to YouTube, looks to the algorithm like drama slop, they don't mind that. YouTube doesn't have any problem with drama slop, right? That will get you higher. What is it called? Like the CPM. I can't remember, chat, but there's different analytics. Essentially, you will get more advertising money on your video if it seems to be about drama than if it seems to be about a hugely important issue of the time, a historic event that is going on right now. So you're just kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, whether you want to be, quote unquote principled and do content that is going to be very, very limited in reach, or whether you want to lean into or use the algorithm's predilection to push drama slop to the top in order to push the issue of Israel-Palestine to the top. And, I have kind of come down on the side of riding that wave, for better or for worse, chat. Noah seems like he lost his train of thought many times. It's got to be tough for him. I mean, he's been up or not just up, but it's not even just him being up for a long time. It's just him being on stream for a long time. Like it does wear away at certain capacities that if you haven't done this sort of thing, it's hard to see. But yeah, trust me, it's he's doing a very difficult thing here.
Than what these people think. So does that ever, I guess, bother you, or do you think about that?
هو قاعد يسألك يقول لك يعني هو أحيانا يشوف يعني إيش الأهم، إنك تتكلم عن موضوع فلسطين ولا إنك تتكلم عن إيثان والناس اللي زيه. لأن أحيانا الناس اللي زيه إيثان والناس اللي زيه قاعدين ينشرون أشياء سيئة عن فلسطين أو عن فلسطين أو شيء زي كذا. ف يقول لك يعني بالنسبة لك إيش يعني.
Oh yeah, didn't FD like play some video games or something on his stream? I watched part of the stream and it was like FD was playing some fighting games and stuff. I don't think Noah was even there. I think FD might have been giving Noah a little bit of a break.
إيش تختار تتكلم عنه ولا وش رأيك يعني إيش أهم، تتكلم عن غزة والوضع في غزة أو تتكلم عن إيثان والناس اللي زيه أو تتكلم عن الاثنين؟
طبعا إذا
Oh my god, chat. I haven't been monitoring the butterfly thing. Wait, where are we at now? 8 minutes left. 8 minutes left, right? We got 8 minutes and we're still lacking 8 super chats to be able to put the butterfly in my hair. So it's not looking good for tonight.
يعني إذا كنت اهتميت في موضوع إيثان كلاين يعني وجلست تناقش الموضوع هذا، فأنت يعني بتظل اللي يحصل في فلسطين، يعني بتخلي ناس كثير يعني تنسى ما يحصل في فلسطين يعني، وتشجع إيثان كلاين. يعني إيثان كلاين لما يشوفك تكرر معاه في نفس الموضوع وتتناقش معاه، إيثان كلاين خلاص يعني بيحب هذا الموضوع ويفرح فيه، لأنه يعني شاف إن الناس اهتمت لكلامه. لكن لو تجاهلت إيثان كلاين وتكلمت وناشدت عن ما يحصل في فلسطين، فهذا بيكون لصالح فلسطين، وإيثان كلاين بيعرف نفسه إنه إنسان حشرة وإنه كاذب، وإن الحق واضح مثل عين الشمس كل الناس تعرف.
Okay. What he's saying, for him, he ignore what Ethan say, because for him what's important is what's happening in Palestine. So that's the most important thing to him. He's saying if you talk to Ethan Klein, it will encourage him to say more, and it will be back and forth, and it will turn like a personal, back and forth. For him, he doesn't care about this. This is not focus, at least now.
You already know
what's important.
Oh, go ahead.
What's important now for him is to focus on what's happening in Palestine. Back and forth, we can have this, but not in these times.
We are going to be on Ethan's podcast tomorrow, probably. They're going to show this. So say, hi, Ethan Klein. You are my best friend. Because he's going to talk about this to try and make.
When did this get recorded? I'm assuming that this got recorded before Wednesday. Was this like Tuesday, like night / Wednesday morning? Wait a minute. That's a little weird. That's a little bit weird. I'm a little bit confused now, right? Does anybody know when this got recorded? Let me take a look and see if I got any context clues from YouTube itself. Streamed 20th of May 2025. Yeah, so it looks like at least maybe the stream got started on Tuesday night. Is that right? Yeah, 21st would be Wednesday, 20th would be Tuesday. So that's when this started. I don't think that Ethan brought this up on stream. He obviously did bring it up, as we saw on like where was that? He did bring it up. Wait, is it here? Yeah, there we go. There's his Instagram story, right? So he did bring it up on Instagram, and then also platformed this Blasted Turkey guy who's apparently a Nazi, some kind of weird racist account, right? And Ethan just reposts it in order to try to own Luffy, right? This is the segment of the stream where, or it's not the stream, right? But it's I don't know how they got Rasheed to come and talk to them on a Twitter space, right? But they ask him, they're apparently trying to ask him, is he a Houthi, right? And they end up asking him something with using Google Translate. They end up asking him something more along the lines of, are the Houthis Yemeni? And he's like, yes, they are. The Houthis are Yemen. Yes, they are Yemeni. They are in fact Yemeni. Like a weird question, very obvious question. And then they take that as like, all right, that's all we need to know. Yep, he admitted he's a Houthi. And Ethan Klein is like, he doesn't need to do any extra research. Like, right? He's got this narrative pre-packaged for him by some account that he doesn't even care to look into. If you did look into that account, you might find some things like this guy posting a meme of the N-word for Palestine. Yeah, that is who he's that is Ethan's source there, right? So Ethan did react to this for sure. I don't think there's anything on stream about it though. The only thing that he talked about on stream on Wednesday was that Hassan has small feet. So very substantive.
Make money. So just you can say hello or whatever you want to say to him. I'm assuming.
Okay. هو قاعد يقول
He's
لك
gonna do it regardless of what we say. So.
Okay. هو يقول لك مهما تكلم.
They are that stupid. I don't know if it's ignorance, or I don't know if it's negligence, or I don't know if it's straight up malfeasance. I don't know if it's it's hard to tell. Are they stupid? Are they willfully trying to spread a false narrative? It's hard to tell.
تكلمنا عن الموضوع. أنا متأكد إنه بكرة إيثان بيتكلم عنه وبيجيب الفيديو هذا فهو يقول لك يعني يقول له كيف الحال.
لما أنا أقول الإيثان كلاين قصده ولا؟
هو يقول لك كذا أنا عارف أنا متأكد إنه هو بكرة بيسحب مقطع من المقابلة هذه ويبدأ يتكلم عننا فهو يقول لك سلم عليه في الفيديو عشان هو بيتكلم عنه بكرة.
Oh shit, Yeet the Rich, I didn't even know about this. Wait a minute. We got some extra information coming in here from chat. Wait, where is that chat? This was also months ago. Ethan lied saying it was later that day. Yeah, he either lied or he didn't know shit or else. Chat, and here's the real scandal. Ethan doesn't care. Ethan does not care, right? There's nothing in it for him to do research because he's got the prepackaged narrative that he wants. As soon as he's got that, he stops doing research. He stops caring. He like, right? You know, he does. If doing more research, all that could do is prove that this narrative that he's got, that's prepackaged, that's all ready to go for him, is no good. And he doesn't want to hear that. He doesn't want to hear that. And he also knows that the audience that he's dealing with, the audience that's left over, is maybe not, you know, curious enough, intellectually or otherwise, to check up on it. He is not going to be called for spreading straight up disinformation. 55 seconds left on the butterfly goal. I can see that one slipping away.
لو حاب توجه له رسالة برضه.
شبح لذا الحين حركة كبيرة. طبعا ايش اسمه؟ ايثان كلاين. هاي ايثان كلاين، مهما حاول ومهما سوى ومهما فعل، انت عارف نفسك انك حشرة وانك يعني حتى الطفل.
Okay, I can translate this for you, chat. He says, "Thank you, Ethan Klein. You are my best friend."
الذي في الشارع اشرف منك وعنده عقلية احسن منك، انت ما عندك عقلية، انت فقط
You are the rent payer.
اخذت الموضوع محتوى. الناس قاعدة تموت في غزة وانت فاعل الموضوع محتوى. انت عشان المال بتبيع نفسك يعني. ما
You are the legend. Yeah, there we go.
عندك والله ما في عقل. عندي انا تفال او يمكن في عقل بطاطا ولا عنده اي شيء. ايثان كلاين.
He's saying he's saying you know.
Wait, Dan Saltman said, "Let go of the chains of context." Oh my God. You have nothing to lose but your chains. And in this case, your chains are like caring about the truth or content or context or anything like that, right? Let go of the chains of context and embrace the optics battle. Dan Stalkman, they operate completely on capitalizing on the fact that it takes a minute to construct a lie and an hour. This is Trumpian. This is fucking Trumpian. And I said it before and I'll say it again, chat. I low-key think that Dan Saltman entered the voting booth and he pulled the lever for Donald Trump. I low-key think that, I don't think that he loves Trump. I don't think that Trump is his favorite dude, but I think he looked at Kamala and said, it's kind of woke, isn't it? It's kind of woke. It's giving woke. And then he looked at Donald Trump and he's like, and he pulls the Donald Trump lever. I swear to God, chat. Okay, I don't swear to God. I don't know. I wasn't in the voting booth with Dan. So I can't give you that assurance. But I mean, like, I really do think there's a high probability that dude voted for Trump. Like, the dude hates wokeness worse than he hates MAGA, if he even has that much of a problem with MAGA at all.
You know, this guy will say and do anything for money. He's saying, I don't think this guy think. He described his mind as a potato, and
wow, it's a potato. Wasn't Ethan Klein calling Noah Mr. Potato Head? He did this weird thing where Noah has a mustache, and Mr. Potato Head apparently has a mustache, so he like photoshopped the potato head feet onto Noah and the hat, and was like, look at that, he just looks like Mr. Potato Head. And it's like, yes, he has a mustache. That is true. He does have a mustache.
That's accurate. That's good. That's good.
And he's saying, he said hi, and what we should focus on, not to turn this into content, because there is people dying. He's saying, for him, he doesn't want to turn this into content, because this should not be content. People dying should not be content. But for Ethan, it is. And that's unfortunate.
What do you think is the way forward with Palestine? What can we do?
قاعد يسألك.
Okay, so chat, Luca, we got about 10 minutes left of this interview, right? Maybe a little bit more. Looks like we're gonna miss out on the butterfly for tonight. We still have the chance to maybe see some bonus content, although that's slipping away too. We're at 25 out of 100. I'm gonna finish this up. Hopefully we're gonna talk to Katie after that, and then yeah, I might have to just log off after that. Like I like to give the chance for a little bit of bonus content, a little bit of something else, along with the content that I cover, but that's incumbent on hitting that 100%. And we are at 25 out of 100 right now, so we'll see. Yeah, I try to find this stuff when it comes up, you know what I mean? This was something that was kind of like under the wire. I don't think a lot of people have recognized what's going on, but I saw the Hassan video that we watched earlier, and I recognized what Hassan recognized is that this is extremely dangerous for Rasheed, like, right? Literally, physically dangerous for Rasheed. And, also dangerous for what Noah's doing, which I think is a really good thing, and trying to fundraise around this and trying to, get this both into the consciousness of people and also to send some money to Gaza as well. And from what it looks like, there's been like an attempt to, the same as they went after Hassan and tried to deplatform him over interviewing Rasheed. They seem to be trying to pull the same shit with Noah, hoping that they can do to Noah due to the fundraiser what they were unable to do to Hassan. So I try to sorry for being on kind of late tonight, but I try to I try to cover these things, especially when it feels like no one else has quite got this. So I'll be putting this video out, maybe even with a little bit of editing in it to make it easier to watch, because I think this is kind of important stuff. And I try to cover stuff that's important, whether or not there's...
But now there are freaking communist invading radicals.
I don't know, Chad. I'm a little bit sad that this isn't a more viewed stream of mine.
ايش اللي نقدر نسويه حاليا؟
طبعا اللي بنسويه الفلسطيني اكيد كل واحد بيسوي اللي يقدر، يعني في النشر انك تنشر تظهر الحق، دامك عارف ان فلسطين على حق انشر تكلم. اذا قدرت تعمل حملة جمع تبرعات في أطفال في غزة ما يعرف أشياء كلها، سوي حملة تبرع، يعني سوي حملة وجمع تبرعات، سوي اللي تقدر عليه أحسن من ما توقف، يعني إنك توقف وما تتكلم عن الموضوع ولا تهتم، لأن هذا بيكون النهاية بتكون بينك حساب بينك أنت والله. ويعني في النهاية هذه أطفال، يعني أطفال وناس أبرياء، يعني هذا الحرب كلها والله ما تستحق إن يحصل في فلسطين هكذا، يعني لا درجة أنهم يموتوا من الجوع والناس واقفين وجالسين في البيوت ولا يهتموا في الموضوع ولا يتكلموا، بس كل واحد يعمل اللي يقدر عليه.
It's also kind of hoping we'd have a bigger audience for Katie as well, because she was really adamant about getting on here to talk about this issue. I think when I was on stream the other day, she kind of thought that maybe we had a disagreement. We talked a little bit about it. It turns out we're not as far apart as maybe she thought. But still, she's got an important nuanced perspective. We talked about before about the take economy and all the people make, incentivized to make takes, even though they don't know shit. Katie's kind of the opposite of that, right? In that she knows a lot. And, her take is not going to be like, yay, Hassan, or yay, bad empanada, or so-and-so is right on, everything. Her perspective is a little bit of criticism, a little bit of agreement with Bad Empanada on some of his criticism about Hassan, and also a little bit of criticism for Bad Empanada as well. So excited to hear what she has to say. Hopefully she can stay up for this. Otherwise, it's just going to be a sad night where I thought I had something really important to get out there, and just, I don't know, fallen on very quiet, very cricket. You're very cricket audience. No offense to the people in chat who are obviously not crickets tonight, but yeah, it's a little bit disappointing.
Okay, he's saying everyone should do what they can. We know we are right. We know this is the correct position. This is the right side of history. everyone should do what they can. If you can raise money, raise money. If you cannot raise money, do spread content about this. Inform people around you about this. Everyone should do how يعني however what you how much you can do, or however you can do about this situation, or whatever you can, because he's talking about as Muslim we believe there is day of judgment. So he's saying in the day of judgment I can say I did this when people were dying.
Does Rasheed have any questions for myself or any YouTube people or Hassan or anyone else? And ask him if he knows bad empanada.
هل عندي أي أسئلة؟ طبعا
عندك أي أسئلة له أو لحسن أو تعرف بادم بنادى ولا ما تعرفه؟
من هو؟
لا شكلك ما تعرفه. واحد عنده قناة هو يقول لك مين تعرف في اليوتيوب يعني؟
طبعا يعني أتابع كثير، يعني اللي حتى اللي طلعوا مع نوح قبل يومين شاهدت البث كامل قبل أمس من أول ما بدأ الحملة، بس ما أعرفهم أسامي بسبب اللغة الإنجليزية يعني.
إيه أوكي. saying he's
طيب قول لها يعني إيش رأيهم يعني باللي تسويها الآن اليمن، يعني باللي فعلت بالسفن أو بالقصف إلى إسرائيل، يعني هل اليمن على خطأ أو إيش رأيها يعني في الموضوع هذا؟
Oh my god, what is it doing, chat? I can see the super chat now. What did it how long ago did that happen? I don't know why it's not does it show it? No, let's try it again. Let's see if I can make this happen. There it is. There it is. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't do an alert for the super stickers. Yeah, hey, play something. Thank you for typing that. That was my only clue that there was a super sticker in chat. So yeah, we're up to looks like 45. Look, it's like I'll be honest, chat. This is a smaller audience than I usually have. All right, but you've been an awesome audience and added a lot to the content. I really appreciate you being there. I really appreciate the support. And the fact that we're up to 45 out of 100 on a night like tonight, where I don't know what happened. I just started too late or something like that. The algorithm gods were not on my side. I put a no word in the description. I don't know, chat. It's impossible. It's impossible to know, why some content like the covering the Hassan Bad Empanada thing, popped off, and this, which I think is actually, to me, this is like almost a more interesting story than Hassan and Ethan's two greatest enemies, having a meeting of the minds, right? Couldn't find you earlier. Well, I wasn't on earlier, Choki. Like, right? I like this kind of like I was working with Katie to put together a stream for tonight, and then this showed up. And I was like, oh, hey, I'll cover this. And that way, we don't have to do a thumbnail for our conversation. We'll just do the conversation on the tail end of this content, because I was assuming a lot of people would want to watch this. I just think I'm kind of pre-trend, chat. I think a lot of people are not aware that this is going on. So even though this is a big story, it's not big yet, right? I'm hitting it a little too early, right? And so that's probably that, and starting so late at night, which was a function of me having a conversation with Katie to try to figure out a way to host a conversation with her and to promote that and everything. And then I got this curveball of like, oh shit, this is going on. And I just talked to Katie, and yeah, I did indeed. I did keep her up too late, chat. Katie's gone to bed. Look, I am not mad about that, all right? I totally understand, right? I'm on the other side of the world from most people that I'm talking to or talking with, right? So yeah, I totally understand the we will talk to Katie. We will talk to Katie, trust. All right, because I think Katie honestly is one of the most amazing and dynamic content creators I know. You know, I get a lot out of her content when I'm able to watch it, and I get a lot out of being able to talk to her when she's in chat or, you know, talking on Discord or whatever. So we'll try to make sure that that happens. I feel so bad about keeping her up so late, and like, I don't know, to her it's got to feel like she got what do you call it, like preempted or something, you know what I'm saying, chat? Like if you like if there's like a golf tournament that comes on and normally like your show would have been on, but instead they got the golf, what is that called, preempting or something, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like, it's like what did she got bumped, right? That's got to be what it feels like to her. And I hope she understands that, you know, this is just, you know, this is just how I have to put together content. I do not value her opinion any less than Noah's or you know, than this talk. It's just to get an audience for a conversation. Sometimes you got to tack it on the tail end of something that I was hoping was going to be a little bit more interesting. But again, chat, I think we're pre-trend, so you know, I'll edit this video down to make it easily consumable, so people aren't having to wait for the translation, right? And we'll see if more people, you know, are interested then, because I really want people not to sleep on this. All right. I don't want to see, you know, Noah deplatformed by Ethan or Rasheed get any more shit from, you know, being, you know, demonized by Ethan. And the only way that we can do that is if our side is as aware of what's going on here as the H3 Fupa Troopa side. So hopefully we can get that word out there. You don't know which Katie either? Well, you're in for a treat then. Yeah, Dat Katie is a moniker that Katie's gone by now. I think she may have rebranded a few times, but she is an amazing person, and I really do look forward to having that conversation. And I feel so bad. Because she was supposed to come on. She was supposed to come on yesterday too, and I just totally got like focused on a chat. I do this thing where I hyper focus, you know. That's part of my ADHD, I think, is that I don't know if it's the ADHD or if it's the other thing, right? But I tend to hyper focus, right? And so when I'm like, oh, I'm making a thumbnail, and then I'm like, all right, let's post the thumbnail, let's go on stream, and then I look at my Discord, I'm like, oh shit, Katie was supposed to come on. Yeah, God, I feel so bad about that. But yeah, we got to get her on. We got to get her on, because she's a content creator you should be paying attention to.
Okay. He's saying he watch your stream. I don't think he know Badim Banada, but he watched your stream yesterday and the day before. But since the stream started, but he doesn't understand that much because he doesn't speak English. He also asking you a question. What do you think about what Ansar Allah are doing in support of Palestine? Do you think what they are doing is right? Stopping ships going to Israel and now bombing stopping the airport as well? Because I think 2 days ago they also announced they will have blockade on Jaffa port. So now there is second port they are going to target. So now one airport and two seaport.
I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about how I feel about the Houthis without the FBI arresting me.
Did I see Vivian Wilson on Matt Bernstein? I saw the thumbnail. I didn't have time to watch it. I watched the interview Hassan did with Vivian, and I feel like didn't Dead Domain maybe also have a conversation with Vivian? Yeah, I'm seeing Vivian pop up in more and more places, so that's good.
But I would say this motion and this motion
Wait. Let's roll that back. Let's roll that back.
And free Palestine.
Wait. That's so cool.
I would say this motion.
Now, chat, look at this wholesome shit right here. All right? Look at this. Is this not wholesome? All right, to my eyes, this is incredibly wholesome. Well, look at how this was seen by Ethan Klein and his community. Let me see if I can find this. God, there's the Seinfeld thing. It looks like we're gonna miss out on that tonight. Brain of a potato. Ethan Klein has the brain of a potato. Wait, where did I see this before? Oh my god. Oh my god. I know I saw this before. I mean, it was in Hassan's video earlier too. Let me see if I can find it here. All right, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, it's the Gato Fumador post. Let's see if we can find that. Ethan Klein. I'll type in Ethan Klein and Gato. Let's see. Let's see if I can dig this tweet up. Come on. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's not that one. Oh my god. Yeah, this is somebody who posts about Ethan a lot, apparently. Fuck, we're just gonna have to use Hassan's video. But yeah, look at that. That's that screenshot. That's that screenshot. Look at that. Do you see that? That's the exact, almost the exact same screenshot, right? To me, that looks wholesome as fuck. To the Fupa Troopas, I just reported the stream for promoting terrorism. I'm disgusted. We're living in bizarro world. How is this shit not career ending? I think is what they're trying to say. Even has a murder weapon on him. Jesus Christ. Like, this is their reaction. Right? They see this shit. There was somebody that said he was evil, though. That's the one I'm looking for.
That's what the Houthis are doing. This is insane. Holy, we're living in bizarre world. Phobia back. Charlemagne. And of course, friend of the show.
Just an entire community of racist piss babies. What if I type that in? I'm looking for this, just an entire community of racist piss babies. I feel like piss babies are should take offense from being compared to Ethan Klein's community, honestly. What do we have? Okay, so holy shit, living in bizarro world. Just reported him for promoting terrorism. Dude looks evil. Do you see that? Wait, is that one showing up? Dude, do you see? Okay, God, let me take down the super chat for just a second. Look, chat. This is the Ethan Klein. Here, let me move this. There we go. That's their response. They see the same picture that I see, and I say, isn't that wholesome? And their reaction, dude just looks evil. What the fuck? There it is in a nutshell, chat. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're fighting against. This is what Islamophobia does to your brain. And it's been hammered home through years and years and years. In the United States, particularly, probably since, I don't know, the 70s, right? The situation in Iran is probably where I don't know. It's probably the racism. If I'm being real, Islamic, anti-Arab racism probably goes back a lot further than that. But like this fucking brainworms that gets in to your head and like lets you see something that otherwise would be just totally wholesome as like, dude looks evil. What's he gonna do with that knife, right? And it's not a fighting knife. It's not a stabbing knife. It's not a killing knife. It's not even a self-defense knife, really. It is a cultural, accessory, for lack of a better term, right? But yeah, no, they look at this shit and they see evil. They see the face of evil right there. Look at that. You're like, oh my God, what an evil guy. What an evil guy.
And this motion and free Palestine.
Yeah, what an evil guy. I'm so scared of him.
From the river to the sea.
اوكي، هو يقول لك اللي يبغى يقوله ما يقدر يقوله عشان
فاهم
ما يبغى
يس.
ما يبغى انت فهمت وش قصده يعني.
ايوه فهمت ايوه فهمت.
ايوه
كلها
بس فهو سوى لك الحركه هذه عشان يعبر عن ايش يبغى يقول.
ايوه فاهم لهم. وطبعا قول لها يعني هل
اي بس وقال لك من النهر الى البحر ان شاء الله بنحرر فلسطين.
اكيد ان شاء الله ما تبقى لهم سفينه باذن الله. قول لها يعني هل يفكروا بزياره اليمن، يعني ان يجوا اليمن يوما ما، يعني في اي سنه.
Yo, look at this. Joey, 24 Joey coming in with the comment, right? This was what I was saying earlier. This is exactly what I was saying earlier, right? Somehow, yeah, the Scots with a traditional knife in their, is it in their socks? For some reason, I thought it was on the kilts. I couldn't remember. I just knew that there was a knife that was part of a traditional Scottish, get up, and that the people definitely didn't have the same reaction to that, even though it's a knife, as the Ethan Klein fans are having to this.
احنا طبعا احنا نستقبل الاجانب في اي مكان في اليمن وفي كل المحافظات، يعني هم اخواننا ويعني حبيناهم اكثر.
اوكي انا ابغى اساله بس انا متاكد انه حاليا اي شخص يسافر لليمن بيسووا له مشاكل في المطار. انا اقول
أيوة
لك يعني هذا شيء انا عارفه.
اقول لها
يعني
اقول لها يعني بغير السؤال، بس اقول لها يعني احنا يعني احنا نتشرف يعني، وان شاء الله ان تنتهي هذا الحرب والاباده الجماعيه ونستقبل الاجانب كلهم واحنا نحترمهم، وشفناهم يعني كيف يوقفوا مع الاطفال والابرياء والمساكين. طبعا حبهم الشعب اليمني اكثر يعني، وليس انا فقط. الشعب اليمني كله يتكلم عن الاجانب ويتابع ايش يحصل، يتابعوا حتى نوح وحسن، يتابعوا كثير يعني من الاجانب اللي ينشروا كامل ويتضامنوا. طبعا والله نحبهم واي لاف يو لهم الاجانب كلهم، واللي يشاهدوا البث واللي يدعم فلسطين كلكم اي لاف يو، وانتم مع الحق استمروا، ولكل ظالم نهايه، ايش اسمه الشر ما يصيب الا اهله، يعني الصهاينه بيصيبوا نفسهم فقط.
Okay. What he's saying is he like to extend the invitation for you and for anyone after this genocide stop to come to Yemen. He welcome everyone, and he's saying Yemen is beautiful. Personally, this is not what he said, but personally, I think Yemen is one of the most beautiful countries on earth. This is genuinely something, there is a lot of mountains there, and the weather there is very good. And every 2 days there is rain, and there is, the weather is amazing in Yemen. This is what I.
Queen B asking, did Ethan talk about it on stream today? Queen B, I don't think so. All I saw him talk about was, let me see if I got this right. He promoted Willie Mack. Willie Mack's got a new video about Idub, Zanisa, Hassan, etc. Right? So he promoted Willie Mack, and then he talked about Hassan having small feet. As far as unless maybe somebody wants to look closer at the VOD and find something that I didn't see, I don't think that Ethan talked about this on stream today. He did talk about it, however, in his Instagram post, and with one post just showing Hassan's tweet with basically no comment, and then the second post showing the racist account apparently tricking Rasheed into having a Twitter space conversation, asking him in like the actual question that got across to him was something like, are the Houthis Yemeni? He answers in the affirmative, yes, the Houthis are Yemeni. And the racist account says, there you have it, and goes ahead and interprets that as like him saying that he is a Houthi, right? So yeah, both reposting a lie and reposting an apparent racist account, right? That is what Ethan is claiming is not what motivates him, is not what moves him.
Yeah, what I'm saying personally. So if anybody have the chance to go to Yemen, they should. Other thing he's saying is he's encouraging you and Hassan and everyone else.
God. Look, I don't want to blow up a chatter here. But I don't think being worried about a 38-year-old, I don't think, is a 38-year-old a young adult? Does being 38 give you like the, oh, that's okay that I dated a 17-year-old. Haha, you're just trying to start a moral panic here. Nothing wrong with this relationship. I pick her up at her high school. Hey, I'm Jerry Seinfeld. I go and pick her up at high school, right? I pick my date up at fucking high school. Nothing to see here, folks. Don't start a moral panic. I don't know. I disagree, chatter, but you're entitled to your opinion.
Keep going, and we should push for defending Palestine, because this is the correct thing to do. We are on the right side of history. We are right. We know we are right, so we should keep going.
Free Palestine, and I would love to come visit you. It would be an honor. You and the people of Yemen are our heroes. We stand with you.
Or wait, no, I'm sorry, Julia. Maybe you're completely right. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Could you please explain to me the difference between PDF-philia and ephebophilia? Maybe if I understood what a ephebophile was, right, then I would maybe then I would understand why it's not wrong for a 38-year-old to pick his date up from high school. Maybe I'm just missing something. I don't know.
And we stand with Palestine, and I'm gonna it sounds I'll pull up. I'll be there. So just let him know.
اوكي هو يقول لك ان شاء الله بيحاول يزور و شو اسمه وان يعني احنا ندعم فلسطين وان شاء الله تتحرر فلسطين ويعني شويه اشياء كذا يعني تشجيع لك. Okay.
You're in a bespoke conversation, right? When somebody starts elucidating the difference between a PDF file and an ephebo file, right? Like we got to make sure to get all the Pokemon of like inappropriate relationships with minors, right? We got to make sure to catch them all.
I want to ask him another thing. Can I ask him?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
اوكي انا حابب اسالك انت من اب صح؟
طبعا نعم.
اوكي عندك اي صله بالحوثيين؟
طبعا زي ما قلت وزي ما وضحت، يعني صح الحوثيين هم يمنيين.
لا
يعني
هم انا عارف انه لا انا عارف انا قصدي انه يعني حسب ما انا فاهم اب جنوب صنعاء صح ولا لا؟
لا اب في الشمال.
بشمال صنعاء؟
ايوه نعم.
اوكي كم بينك وبين صعدة؟
يعني كثير، يعني بس ما اعرف يعني كم المسافه، بس
بعيدة
كثير
يعني.
طيب يا اخي
بعيدة
بس ايوه بس يعني
لا انا اسال عشان ايش؟ عشان اوضح للناس انه اب بعيد
أيوة
عن صعدة. صعدة شيء واب شيء.
ايوه الان بوضح لك. يعني صعدة يعني في مكان بعيد، يعني في كل محافظات اليمن طبعا كبيره وجبليه، يعني في كل يعني تشوف ناس يعني
اي انا عارف
اللي يخرجوا في 70 او يرفعوا المظاهرات طبعا هذا مواطنين يمنيين، أنا مواطن يمني، كل الناس يعني مواطن يمني بس واقف مع فلسطين وادعم فلسطين. لكن إذا وقفت مع فلسطين الآن بيقولوا لك أنت إيراني، أنت إرهابي، أنت تدعم مدري علان فلان، أنت عارف إيش بيقولوا الناس. يعني إحنا مواطنين، أنا
إيه.
مواطن يمني، وكل الكلام اللي يطلع في الإنترنت يقولوا أنت حوثي أو يوسف أو إرهابي أو كل هذه افتراءات. أنا مواطن يمني وواقف مع فلسطين وأفتخر في هذا الشيء لأني واقف مع الحق.
لا بس انا حاب اوضح للناس، عشان انا اسالك ليش، عشان انا حاب اترجم لهم انه صعده بعيده، الحوثيين في صعده، انت بعيد، انت يعني ما هي قريبه، يعني اماكن بعيده عن بعض.
طبعا صعدها
ايوه
محافظة
بس هو
بعيدة.
هذا ايوه هو هذا اللي انا حاب اوضحه.
You totally missed the segue into this topic. No, it's just a chatter. Okay, so yeah, that's a good point, MF Doom Scroll. Like, why am I talking about age gaps all of a sudden? I think it's because at the outset of the stream, when I was explaining the bonus content, which, you know, we're at 45 out of 100. We are 55% from being able to extend the stream a little longer past that. And like I said, Katie just messaged me and told me it's too late. It's too late for her. She taps out, right? It's not, the conversation is not going to be good tonight. So I think what happens is that maybe people somehow click on the stream, but they are watching like the stream from like 3 hours ago or the beginning of the stream or something, and they comment on what they're seeing there. And yeah, I was talking about the age gap in Seinfeld's relationship back in the 90s, famously with a 17-year-old. I think that's what the chatter was responding to. And then they started saying stuff, and other people in chat were like disagreeing. And then I saw it. So that's how we got on. That's where the segue into this topic came from. But yeah, that means that the chatter is not going to be able to hear what I have to say.
عشان بس الناس
يمكن
تبدا كل شوي تقول حوثي حوثي حوثي.
يعني بيني انا وصعدة الان يمكن مسافة كم 6 ساعات سيارة.
ايوه يعني انت اقرب لصنعاء من صعدة.
انا الان في صنعاء.
اي لا بس انا اتكلم من اب الى صنعاء، اقرب من اب الى صعدة.
من اب الى صنعاء مسافة 4 ساعات، من اب الى صعدة يمكن 12 ساعة 15 ساعة.
Okay, this is what I want to clarify because this is like saying somebody from the Midwest is from California. It's far away. In Yemen, between his hometown, and Sa'da, the place of the Houthi, is the town of the Houthi is like 15 hours to 12 hours. So it's really far. This is what I was trying to clarify, because everyone is saying he's Houthi. He's not Houthi. He's much closer to Sana'a than to Sa'da.
So what I'm getting from all this is that the Houthi are a specific group of people within Yemen that come from a specific area in Yemen and a specific, I don't want to say subculture, but you know what I'm talking about? Like there are Sunni in Yemen and there are Shia in Yemen, and this is a Shia part of the country, a Shia area, and so to call him Houthi is like seeing somebody from Indiana, and because they're from America, you say, California, like you like, right? You assume that they're gonna. I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying, chat? They're missing a lot. The people that are making this allegation at him are missing a lot.
The Houthi area.
Okay, yeah.
The Houthi now are the government in Sana'a. But what I'm saying is, Houthi soldiers are only from the Houthi family or in Sa'da, the area the Houthi stay. The area for the providence.
So in other words, to somebody actually from Yemen, these allegations sound fucking ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous, right? It's I'm trying to think of the right comparison. It's like somebody being like, I come from New York in the United States, and you saying, oh, you must be an Alabama Crimson Tide fan. You must say Roll Tide, right? You probably have all the merch. You love Bear Bryant. You're an Alabama fan, right? And it's like, probably fucking not, right? Probably not. It's not a good guess. In this case, I don't know. I feel like I feel like that's not a dramatic enough comparison, right? This would be, you know, like somebody conceivably could be living in New York State and be a fan of the Alabama college football program, right? That could happen. There's probably somebody out there like that. But in this case, it's almost like, you know, it's just, if you know a little bit about, you know, him, where he comes from, his name, you know, that he's Sunni, you would know that, like, calling him a Houthi is just kind of ridiculous.
Houthis.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
So-
it's good to ask.
Yeah. Mossab Mob says, if you are a Houthi, you will have al-Houthi, right? Is the last name that you would have. His last name is al-Haddad. Not.
It's like one more piece of evidence to show people that keep saying
what
that he is.
he's
but
from
it doesn't make
This is like mixing up Yankees and Mets fans. Exactly.
He's from it's you know, it's really far.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to make everyone understand. It's absurd saying this.
Yeah. No, thank you for clarifying that.
Okay. You know.
Yeah, what else? I mean, does he have any other questions or anything he wants to say to the chat or the viewers? Also, what's his
عندك
favorite
أي
anime?
عندك أي سؤال لنوح أو للناس اللي في الشات عنده، اللي هو الشات اللي الفيديو اللي حق البث حقه، أو عندك أي تعليق أو أي شيء؟
طبعا بقول لهم يعني احنا نحبهم ونشكرهم كلهم، اللي بالتعليقات كامل، واللي حافظ لها الكلمة I love you so much free فلسطين. إن شاء الله فلسطين حرة بإذن الله. كم ما مرت الأيام بيجي اليوم اللي فلسطين تتحرر، بيظهر الحق للجميع، والناس بتعرف إنها، في ناس كثير بتعرف نفسها إنها كانت غلط، إنها ما وقفت مع فلسطين من البداية، ولكن إن شاء الله الناس اللي ما وقفت الآن مع فلسطين ويعني تفكر إنه فلسطين على غلط وإن الصهاينة على حق، فأنت غلطان. يعني راجع حساباتك، ويجي اليوم اللي تتذكر إنك وقفت مع فلسطين وتفتخر في هذا الشيء وتحكي لعيالك وتحكي لأطفالك، يعني ويتكلموا أجيال، وهذا بيكون يعني تاريخيا أي شخص وقف مع فلسطين هذا شخص حر، هذا شخص يعرف معنى الكرامة، معنى حقوق المرأة، يعني حقوق الطفل العجوز، أي شيء. والشخص اللي وقف مع الصهاينة يعني بيندم، بيجي الأيام اللي يندم ويقول يا ليت وأنا وقفت مع فلسطين ولطمت الصهيوني في الصندل. وتحياتي لكم كلكم. I love you so much. خليكم مع الحقيقة.
Okay, he's saying he loves everyone and everyone in the comment, and he's saying one day you will tell your children or the generation after us you stood on the right side, and he's asking everyone supporting the Zionist to, you know, ask himself again, does he think this is good? And he's saying one day the Zionists will wish they were on the right side. So reconsider your position.
So well said. Tell him thank you so much for coming on to talk. If he ever needs anything, to hit me up, and we support him, and we support Palestine, and we support the people of Yemen, and we love you. And
إن شاء الله بإذن الله.
free Palestine.
فلسطين
thank
حرة
you.
بإذن الله. فلسطين حرة. يلا في أمان الله، مع السلامة.
It's cute that he learned how to say "I love you" so much so clearly. Well, no, he's obviously evil. Play something. It's a trick, right? He doesn't really love you so much. I don't know.
He said goodbye.
Yeah.
And free Palestine. I think it
Hit me
was
up.
clear. إذا احتاج أي شيء كلمه.
والله شكرا سلامتكم، يعني كل ما تفعلوه من أجل فلسطين هذا كافي، وتحياتي لكم.
لا هو يتكلم شخصيا، احتاج شيء منه شخصيا.
والله شكرا، يعني يقول له شكرا، يعني ما يقصر ونعم فيه. تحياتي لكم.
Okay, he's saying thank you and my greetings.
All right. Take care. Bye bye. See ya.
باي، الله معك.
And thank you for translating, by the way.
No issue. I hope I was clear because I have an accent, so I don't know how much I was clear. But
No, it was great. It was perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Dude, I love that kid. Please donate. The UNRWA. He is so... Dude, he's so focused. Like, this is what I said when he was first getting attacked by all these fucking idiots online. If you look back through all his videos, Palestine, 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 free Palestine. Whatever's happening, bring it back to Palestine. I don't care about whatever these people are saying. This is about Palestine. This is way more important. Whatever Ethan said, like, what'd he say? He has the brain, his brain is a potato.
Mr. Potato Brain, yeah.
He gave him a little bit of that, but he concluded, like we all should, it's not important. These people are not important. These people don't care. And we shouldn't care about them. Damn. Holy. Sorry, Bad Empanada, if you're watching. I'll send him. We can send him your videos. I'll put you on, bro. I'm sure he'd like them. But I mean, there's a few videos about the way he was smeared as a terrorist that I think that you've made that I think were helpful for a lot of people. Just going through all the evidence that people are using to be extremely racist. Wow.
Yeah, anyway, Bad Empanada is pretty good at debunk videos, and this was something that needed to be debunked. Maybe we don't even need Bad Empanada for this one, just considering how many clues there are that Rasheed is not what people are claiming he is, right? It's just a little bit of knowledge. A little bit of knowledge about the area, about the culture, and about how like names work, even in that would clue you in on the fact that these are false charges that this guy is getting railroaded in, right? People were, this is a real moral panic that's going on. So tired. For a second, I thought LGBTQ slang in Thailand was a donation goal on Noah's stream. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe someday Noah will move to Thailand or I don't know. It's like a picture of Hassan on Fox News used him making heart hands with his friends. Well, oh, they did. Oh, that one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, where he's got like that picture. Yeah. Why did people go after that picture? Anyway, chat. I just realized I totally forgot to thank my Patreons at the outset of this stream, and that's a huge mistake because I do rely on my Patreons in a way that I cannot rely on anybody else. These platforms, they're easy come, they're easy go. They ban creators for sometimes like reasons that just no one can figure out, right? So I'm really thankful to have people that support me every month with a donation through Patreon. And if you want to do the same, you can go to patreon.com/nocommentchick. And if you support me at $5 or higher, you will get a fancy shout out. Let me do those now, right? Shouts out to Or Else Ellipsis. Shouts out to Timberl Insanity. Shouts out to Steven Sayers. Shouts out to Funky Monkey. Shouts out to Shakespeare. Shouts out to Sarah. Shouts out to Nadia Yvette. Shouts out to Moe Noib. Shouts out to Crystal Safira. Shouts out to Jules K. Shouts out to Izzy Mandia. Shouts out to Infallible Fowl. Shouts out to Hot Ham Radio. Shouts out to Good for Gabby. Shouts out to Buffy Geek. Shouts out to Animus. And a fancy shout out to Zara Zerix, to Rachel K, and to Omega Star. Anyway, chat, yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at Twitch right now, and it just like everything seems dead. I don't know what it is about tonight, but it's just not a good night for streaming in any sort of way. So I will try to roll with the punches. Thank you, everybody that supported me tonight in whatever way whatever form that support takes. Thank you to Thumb Gang for helping more people to see my stuff. I really do appreciate you liking the videos. Thank you to the mods for keeping us safe from all the PDF supporters that might be lurking around the depths of YouTube and such. And yeah, I'm gonna try to edit this video for sure in a way that's more consumable. I think if I just kind of take out the translation part, it'll be a lot more watchable for people. So be on the lookout for that. Since I have less time, since I'm streaming for less long today, I'll try to use that extra time for something good to get some content out to you. And there's a lot that I need to do. There's a in terms of making, improving the perks for Patreon. Working on the members only Discord that we've got that you can join via Patreon or via being a member on YouTube or a sub on Twitch. Any of those things get you into that special Patreon. We also have a non-member Patreon, so you're not like you could or Patreon. What am I saying? We all have a non-member. We have a regular Discord too. If you want to send me stream suggestions and the like. So make sure to sign up for that. And yeah, like I said, chat, I've got my eye on diversifying the content a little bit, maybe doing a few gaming streams every now and then, maybe doing a few Thailand streams, a few streams where I just talk about my life and my struggles and my triumphs. Here trying to get out of the U.S., protect myself from the Trump administration, et cetera, and learn a new culture and learn a new language. And so far, I have learned a lot. I've benefited a lot from this experience of being here in Thailand. So be on the lookout for more content. Be on the lookout for different kinds of content. Be on the lookout for me I'm going to try to cover the news more. I don't know if we'll do it in the morning for American time. That might make sense to try to do like a shorts stream before MR starts, maybe even right into them or something like that. That could be cool. But yeah, I've got the ability. Short streams will be back. News streams will be back as I anticipate myself having a little bit more time for that kind of stuff. The only thing that's really on my plate as far as stuff that I need to take care of here in Thailand is the language school that I'm going to be entering into. So if you want to support me and help me out with that, you can donate directly to my Thai Visa Fund, which will be going directly to the language school, which will be providing me with an educational visa, allowing me to stay in the country longer and to learn more about the culture and learn more about the language, and maybe even teach chat a little bit too. I think that I don't want to ever be fully going into like a language, language instruction, especially given how little of the language I know. But like some of the things like how the tonality works in the Thai language, right? There's 5 different tones in Thai in addition to vowels, right? There's 5 different tones that go on the vowels that can completely change the word. So my example was you go to the animal shelter and you want to adopt a dog, because you've got your house has room for a dog. So you go and you ask for, wait, what was this again? Let me dog in Thai. All right. So yeah, if you were to go to the animals shelter and say that you want to adopt a
Ma.
Now that's how dog is spelled in Thai, right? Those are the letters that they use. Ma, ma, right? But if you ask for a ma, you're going to get a horse, right? If you want to adopt a dog, you got to say
Ma.
ma. See that tonality? It's down then up, right? And that's what gives you the ability to describe the pet that you have in mind for adoption is a dog and not a horse. That is how close those two words are together, and that is, why Thai is a language a lot of English speakers have difficulty learning, and English is a language a lot of Thai speakers have difficulty learning. And even after you've learned the language and the vocabulary and the grammar and such, you still got some work to do as far as understanding the nuance. So I hope to understand that nuance, and in doing that, I'm going to be taking a full year of Thai language courses, which means that I have to pay for a full year of Thai language courses up front. Now, it's a pretty good deal. I would say $900 for a year of language courses for $180. That's a pretty good deal, but the problem is I have to pay for it all at once. So that's what I'm struggling with right now. If you want to help me out with that struggle, you can do so by clicking on throne.com/nocommentchick. I've got the my Thai Visa fund there, which is really like also a Thai language fund, since enrolling in language classes is how I'm going to be able to stay in the country. So if you want to contribute to that, that is there as well. Again, thank you so much, chat, for being here. Like, right, I don't know what's going on with it. It feels like everything's dead from what I was looking at on Twitch and on YouTube. I don't know. It's just like maybe not a great night to stream, or maybe I just started too late. But whatever. I think this is an important topic. I'm glad I was able to share this stuff with you. And I'm looking forward to trying to make an edit of this video to get the word out, because I know that the Fupa Troopers are aware that Noah had Rasheed on, and I don't know if other people are aware that they're going after him again, and they're going after Noah. So, we don't want to see that happen. So spread the word. Spread the word. Much love, everybody. If you're watching me on Twitch right now, I am going to raid you. It looks like we got Frogan playing some Fortnite. So go say hi to Frogan for me, and I will see you again tomorrow. I don't know when the videos. I don't want to overpromise as far as the video coming out, but you should have a video coming to you soon. If you're on my Patreon, you may get an early release version of that video. That's another benefit. That's another perk to being a Patreon, right? And that is regardless of what level you support me at. So even the $3 based weasels, they're getting, you're able to get the videos before they come out for other people. So that's another perk to supporting me on Patreon. With that, chat, I am going to give you over to Froga, and hopefully we can get a few. Can we get one more person in the raid? We got 46 seconds counting down until that raid goes off, right? Can we get one more person in? Can we send Frogan 20 people? Is there one more person that can click on that raid? Go check it out if you're watching me on Twitch. Frogan is right now playing some Fortnite, and if you wanna watch that, your time is limited. Anyway, with that, chat, I will send you off into Frogan's stream to watch Frogan play Fortnite. If you're, there we go, 20 viewers, awesome. That's all I wanted. That's literally all I ever wanted. Anyway, much love, chat. See you tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be back with that conversation with that Katie again. Katie, if you're watching, I am so sorry. It is so hard to deal with my schedule. Thank you for trying. We will try to accommodate you in some way. And chat, look forward to that conversation, because like I told you, Katie is a amazing content creator, and I predict big things for her. So talk to you later. Good night. Oh yeah. What did Rasheed say? Like, love you. Wait, did somebody say it in chat? I wanna say what he said. I thought somebody mentioned it in chat. I can't find it. Oh my god, I wanna. Oh well, chat. Much love.